Welcome to Dicefunctional, where a bunch of friends sit around, have some fun, play some Dungeons and Dragons, and we share the story with you, our wonderful audience. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in. Welcome on in. A special warm welcome to those of you who might be tuning in for the first time. Greetings. We hope you guys enjoy all that goes on with Fortune's Blade. You hope you enjoy the story as much as we enjoy telling it and playing it for you guys. If you enjoy it, or you've been enjoying it for a while, make sure to check us out pretty much everywhere. If you're looking for more content, check us out on YouTube, Twitch, live at twitch.tv/dicefunctional. Search us your favorite podcasting platforms, and check us out on the internet. We got a website with all sorts of handy information. We've got all sorts of different stuff. So whether you're looking for some more Dungeons & Dragons content, or whether you're looking for some other gaming stuff with a bunch of friends, check us out. And hey, if you want to support the show financially, you can either subscribe to us over on Twitch, twitch.tv/dicefunctional, or you can pick up a piece of merch if you're interested in that sort of thing. We have a TeePublic shop with new designs coming soon, so be sure to check those out. Love having you here. As far as other announcements go, there's going to be an upcoming one-shot. We haven't had one of those in a little bit. Becca's going to be running a pretty cool one-shot.
Yeah, we're dogs.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the show.
Yeah,
We're
that's
not
it. That's it.
humanoids.
You know, I always knew that I was a bitch.
Aw.
There it is.
All right.
There it is.
Have you been playing a female dog?
Yes, I am.
There you
Okay.
go. All right. I think that's about all we got for announcements. We want to get to playing some Dungeons and Dragons. It looks even cooler than it normally does because, hey, we finally got over to Foundry. Shout out to Foundry. Anyway, we're going to play a game. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons. That's what you're here for. That's what we're here for. So, Connor, take it away.
So, where we last left our group of intrepid adventurers, you guys had just managed to find, locate, and then subsequently deal with the broken soul Brigidine that had sequestered itself away into the lava tunnels beneath the ocean. After fighting it for quite some time and having some very near-death experiences amongst the group, especially with one rogue, Feldea, you guys managed to fell the Azada and take their body with you, even though you technically didn't need to. But, who knows? You guys lugged the body with you, got aboard the boat that was being lugged by the storm dragon Sakai, and then teleported your way back to the city on the mountain, where you guys then had the Gaius removed from Erudite and made your way back home, where you guys had found that the cracked sky, which you guys had noted a few days ago, was indeed everywhere. You could see that the sky was still damaged, still cracked. The general populace of Cirsain appeared to be unnerved, and rightfully so. Avro appeared exhausted by it all, and Asagio and Cog were nowhere to be found. Where we had just left off, you guys had made your way back home. Siga had raided the pantry, and, well, you guys are going to have some downtime. Let me get some music going.
We're jamming to the music that's not there.
Yeah, you're right.
You all are finally back on the continent of Odela in the town in the city of Cirsain. It is midway through winter. It is cold. The nights are long, and the city itself has a hush that has fallen over it, interspersed by crowds of people who are hustling to and from various buildings, many of which appear to be churches and other temples, as the people are panicked over recent phenomena which have occurred. The sky is falling, and apparently everyone has their own doomsday prophecy as to what is occurring. But nothing's happened so far. No demons have attacked the town. no dragons, no horrible beasts from beyond. So far, everything appears to be normal. As normal as can be, at least.
Mm.
We go now to Fortune's Blade, who have all made their way back to their estate. You guys have all have various plans that you'd like to get done over your period of downtime, which I have no exact plan for when it ends. It's up to you guys largely. If you decide you want to go do something, you tell me what you guys want to do, and then you'll go from there. But what you guys do next is entirely up to you. So, which one of you would like to go first?
Can I go first?
Yes, you may.
I want to go buy some sheep.
That is certainly an interesting request. You can do that.
Right.
So, the easiest place to buy some sheep would probably be just from a rancher,
Right.
and just purchase some sheep in general, and just have them brought over to your property.
Right.
How many are you looking for?
Well, probably good flock size.
Okay.
How much?
Do
20. 20.
a flock of 20 sheep. Okay, let me
20
let me
or
find
30.
the cost of sheep.
It's 2 gold apiece.
Why you know this?
Because we started talking about buying sheep and I looked it up.
They are indeed 2 gold apiece. So
Alright.
you can get a flock of 20 sheep for 40 gold.
All right.
You're able to find a rancher who is able to do so.
Okay.
I will say, if you buy them all from the same guy, that's most of his flock, and he would request a little bit more for doing so, because that's a lot of sheep to lose in one go.
Well, I mean, the sky is falling after all. I mean, how long are you going to be able to keep your sheep for? I'm just kidding. I'll buy like 10 from one, 10 from another.
Okay. I was gonna say, like,
I don't want to bleed anyone dry.
just bleed the man dry. Give me all your sheep. I'm not bargaining.
I mean, the sky is falling. How long are you going to be able to keep them all? I'm just kidding. Again, it's not falling. It's
is
still
really-
up there.
You're sending some very mixed signals to these
I know.
to these farmers.
It's okay. I'm just trying to lighten the mood a bit. I'm not worried.
Yeah, and I will say, when you go and purchase these from ranchers and farmers and like, a lot of them are kind of like stubbornly apathetic.
Mm-hmm.
In the sense that a lot of old guys are, because, well, it's not killed me yet, and it happened a few days ago, so fuck it, who cares? So a
That's
lot
good.
of them are fine with it, in the sense that they've accepted that this is what's happening now.
Good. Actually, I'll tell each and every one of them that's actually a good attitude to have. You're gonna do fine. Alright. And I'm gonna go around and talk to all of them and introduce myself to each of the sheep. I'm gonna tell them I got a good place, nice place for him. Got lots of friends that'll enjoy having him around. We'll take good care of him, and I'll go walking through town with my 20 sheep and just go walking right through the front gate of the estate.
Okay. Oh yeah, you can do so very easily. You parade this flock of 20 sheep into the estate itself. Where are you going to put this flock? Because initially you guys only had like 3 sheep.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the plan?
Don't know, haven't thought that far, but we have a bit of space before the back of the wall, so we can keep them out behind where the greenhouse is.
What
There's also
time of
wildlands
day
out
do
there.
you bring these animals into the house?
Probably
Jace?
the middle of the day.
So everyone who's home can see this.
Aye.
Okay.
I went out and did it first thing in the morning, so that way they have a whole day to get used to their new surroundings. I just go walking up the main path and around the outside of the house.
We're gonna need another animal handler.
Should I build a fence?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go start chopping down some trees then.
I got some
Okay.
sheep.
Mercy's just gonna call back, "You're making me do more work."
What they said.
Think of it this way: we could sell their wool.
Well, you know,
Probably.
we could learn how to make stuff from the wool.
You wanna? Do they? Can we make cheese?
Not out of sheep. We need more goats.
Ugh. Darn.
Sheeps have wool.
Actually, I think there is sheep's goat.
There
milk.
is sheep. There is sheep milk.
There's sheep milk. I don't know if you can make cheese. Is it like fatty enough to make cheese out of?
If you can make
Probably.
milk, you can make cheese.
Probably
Are we
true. That's fair.
interested in having some sort of farm? Because if we want to buy goats or cows or
Oh,
I think
have
we're
you?
already halfway there.
I'm just saying I could help pay for that. I don't mind getting some goats or anything. As long as I'm not in charge of them, but I wouldn't mind contributing in a way.
Is Maddie in the middle of all the sheep? Just like
My people.
She's just giggling to herself. It's like, there's so many sheep.
Gail's gonna
Also-
cast Speak with Animals on Maddie, so Maddie can now talk to them for a bit.
Oh my
Also-
god.
I will say just so you guys know, one of the most well-known cheeses out there is made by sheep, and that's feta.
Yeah,
So,
I just
yeah.
googled
yeah,
it.
we'll make feta cheese.
I did not know that was sheep's cheese.
Did
Interesting.
not know
Me
that
neither.
either.
I learned it today.
The things you learn on
I was
Dicefunctional.
today
That's what we're
years
here
old.
for.
Every day is a learning day.
I say we market it as Beta Feta.
I
Stop.
love it. That's what we're doing.
Stop it. Why is that the plan?
Have you met us?
Is that the retirement plan? Fortune's Blade, just food products.
Well,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I
sure.
mean, I will
good
point
plan.
out if
Everyone
we,
needs to eat.
I mean, if we have enough, we can use it to pay for the estate itself, so we don't have to worry about paying the crew every so often. If we sell the things, and we can just put the money back in, so we don't have to worry about paying them every season or whatever.
We're
True.
starting a business.
Might as
I
well.
mean, well, exactly. We have many people who love animals in this group. It only makes sense, to be honest.
I don't know what you're talking about.
With your what,
Yep.
5 dogs?
How many? How many
Mercy's
times?
literally standing beside Knight, who at this point has to be getting huge, right?
So Knight, your Grand Yalrian that you purchased from down in Warridge, you've had for a few months now, right?
Yeah, whenever we were last in Woodge, so sometime
that
during
was-
the summer.
That was during the summer.
Around the
so
festival.
We'll say like 6 months old. So Knight is now, instead of knee height, just about like low rib cage height and still growing.
Oh
Jesus.
God.
Big boy.
Could Ro ride him at this point?
Oh yes, absolutely.
It was just to check to see how big.
Ro could have ridden the dog like 2 months ago.
We can buy him a saddle.
Disgusting.
Right.
Hey, whoa, wait, we've got a shepherd dog. Maybe.
That's good.
We can train him.
Don't let your dog
You-
eat the sheep.
You
That's
can
not-
train.
No, we have an animal trainer for this. I'm not good at training animals, as we've discovered. I'm too quick to spoil them.
That's fair.
I do have so many dogs then.
It's like, okay,
Because they're cute.
okay, you can have one.
I mean, look at this,
But
and
no
she's gonna
more.
pick up Powder. Look at this.
Yeah, Powder, who has not aged. You made Powder
Powder,
out of
my
the
soul.
sands of life, which it was just kind of this odd magic item you found. Powder hasn't aged. They are still a puppy by all means. They are able to be taught and trained, but that dog hasn't aged at all.
This one is cute, and then this Kai, but Kai can talk, and I need him to go with me. He's
Hello.
my emotional support animal.
Mine is also a sword, so I don't know how much it counts.
I don't know. Do you consider yourself a sword or a dog, Kai?
I am a dog.
He says he's a dog.
Well, he's a dog right
Alright.
now.
All right, we'll go with that. I'll let Maddie keep doing her thing.
But Gail, you
Hmm.
gotta help me chop down some trees, bud. If you want
Alright.
a fence.
That's fine. I mean, I don't really need a fence for him, but they're in the walls.
I guess that's true.
Oh, wait.
All of them get free reign forever. If they grow thumbs, we're fucked.
Pretty much.
If they grow thumbs, we're fucked. Why is that your first concern?
Can you imagine a sheep grabbing a door handle and opening it?
That's not the most
Fucking
concerning thing I can
terrifying.
imagine of a sheep.
They'd also need an intelligence that is good enough to understand how to operate doors.
Hey,
Maddie would
at
teach them.
least they're not pigs.
No, they're more like velociraptors. Cut to Ro hiding in the kitchen from one sheep that's walking on its hind legs that's opened the door.
Oh god!
That is kind of scary, actually.
Ro's just like,
And it's got
clever girl.
person hands.
They all have
Like the
the
deer.
same bow as Maddie on them, just like Maddie's taught them all how to do this. Maddie's revenge.
Maddie's heel turn.
Yep.
Trains the sheep to become vicious killing machines.
Yep.
Why not?
And
What do you mean?
It's fully, I believe in Maddie. I believe she could do it.
If you give a sheep a knife, what will happen? That's the theory.
Well, with that out of the way,
So, Gail, you and Mercy for the first couple of days are going to be stuck building the fence. There's no getting around that.
Alright.
And it's not exactly fun work in the middle of winter, but it is work that you kind of have to do at this point nonetheless, because you realize very swiftly. Well, you realize very swiftly that sheep crap everywhere, and you are having them in the middle of your main courtyard, and you can't train a sheep not to crap on the paths. So, on top of that, your groundskeeper is less than pleased by the presence of a small flock of sheep eating all of the plants he is working on growing in the middle of winter, or upkeeping the ones that are still alive, because they will kill everything.
So sorry.
Oh no, the two people who are cold resistant working in the middle of winter.
Don't you fucking sass me.
I'll do what I want.
But yeah, you can do this with no real issue. It'll take a few days. Jace, just do me a favor and roll me like 2d4, and we'll determine how long it takes you guys.
alright. Let me get D4s out.
Yeah, this is just more so that we have a rough idea of how long it's taking you guys to do this work, because it's
Yeah.
got to be done.
And question, while
Mhm.
Jason's looking for dice, do we want to get more animals, or do we just want to stick to the sheep for now?
Let's just get the sheep for now, and we can buy young,
Okay.
new cattle when it comes
And
springtime.
chickens.
Yeah,
That's
we'll have to build a house for the chickens.
Highland
Put a coop
cows.
on your list. You want cows?
Highland cows, very
You want big fluffy
specifically.
cows?
Yes.
perhaps
Oh, had
Okay.
those.
I'll
perhaps
actually
the
write- I'll
structures should be
I'll
built
write this all
before
down.
we get
Yes.
the animals.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Before we buy more, let's build the houses first.
Yeah.
But let's put fluffy
Sorry.
cows and chickens on the list.
We have perfectly good guest rooms.
They can't go up the stairs
True.
very
Let
easily.
them in.
They can go up. They can't go back.
So we want a
You
barn
know-
for the cows?
Probably.
Condo.
Oh, you're
I've-
that's funny.
See,
Yeah,
here's,
Are,
I'm a bad reference for all of this, I got to admit,
My
because
reference is
I would just find animals and then they would just stay near. Because
So-
a lot of us just had animals that were just wandering in and out of the village.
Hold on, Gail.
What?
Wasn't your mom a druid?
Aye.
She automatically has a unique advantage against the rest of us for that.
I know. I keep forgetting that we don't have people that are just really good with animals all the time. I'm pretty good, but yeah.
Yeah.
So-
we had a bear that would just hang out sometimes
Was
and never messed with anyone.
Gail, I have to ask because I know you're not always as good with common. Do you mean the animal bear or do you mean like a person bear?
No, like the animal,
Okay.
not a bear. Although I did meet one of them once.
I also didn't mean a bear.
I think we should get a bear.
Okay, so
bear.
I
No.
need to ask a question for all of you.
up?
Yeah, are you going to ask Elisha about any of this?
We're
I-
gonna.
We're probably gonna have to
Yeah.
hire another person.
We're gonna. I was gonna actually talk to her, and hire a second animal handler, someone who's more specialized in specifically farm animals, for when we go on trips, because she's kind of an all-around vet, including exotic animals,
Mm-hmm.
which is great for all of our pets and like a couple farm animals. But now we have a lot more, and that seems like going above her pay grade.
Yes,
I have
Jace?
an idea.
What do you mean?
Well, I know. Is there like, with all the chaos and everything going on, and I know how farms can get sometimes, is there a farm around here that's kind of going on hard times for some reason? That maybe we can just hire them and bring all of their stuff over and also help them at the same time.
So are you suggesting buying a farm?
Entrepreneur.
Potentially.
Not buying a farm, all of the animals on it, and hiring the farmer.
And the
We're
farmer.
buying out the farm.
All right.
Buying out
Um,
the farm.
I want you to roll a
I need to
natural
roll
20
so
on
that
way
this
they
so bad.
relocate. So
Natural
they
20.
relocate.
Yeah, there definitely is a farm nearby that has fallen on some very hard times,
All right.
and they require some help.
Mhm.
So you
And
I can't
they don't
spend all
mind.
day on this one thing.
Yes, you
Um,
can.
No, I can't.
Hey, do you remember
other
how
people
you...
No, we need
have-
to get to the honey.
Other people
Wait,
have
wait.
other things they want to do.
Hold on. Hey,
Um,
Connor, do you remember how your buddy had his party by a town?
Yeah, I know.
We
This
bought
is
a
our
farm.
town. We bought a
We
zoo.
bought a zoo.
Oh no.
So we'll just have them relocate near the estate. We'll,
Just pick up the barn.
So
we've got
let
enough
me
land.
quickly find the price for a farm,
All right.
because I'm sure.
Oh, I love
Hey,
that sentence in a game.
While this is happening, by the way, can I do a quick wood carving tools check and try to make a shepherd's hook for Gale?
Yeah, sure, that's easy.
I don't think there is actual stuff for buying land or buildings.
Oh,
and fighting
is that-
because
Oh, Cody, you don't know, man. I have
Uh,
so many things.
Is this considered dex, by the way?
Carving, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and then I've got my proficiency, so I rolled a 15 plus 5 plus 7, so 22.
That's 22. Yeah, you're able to make a shepherd's crook, no problem.
And she's
It's
gonna hand
very
it to
easy, so.
Gale.
Oh. I like this.
I assume you know what it's for, so...
Oh, aye.
It's for beating.
No,
I mean, no, that was when the children misbehaved.
I have a question. With that
Hmm.
statement, Gale, did you ever get hit with one of those?
No. I got hit with things that were much more sturdy.
Were you being a
Fight
little
training.
shit?
No, you just have to learn to fight.
Somehow I don't trust like that, because I know how you are.
No, there's a guard master in the town. He taught me how to fight.
A
But he had
guard
a
master?
metal staff.
Oh, that would hurt. That would leave so many bruises.
They did. I learned fast.
That's fair.
But then
Okay.
again, the nature is pretty brutal.
Yeah, but you were a kid.
Aye.
At least we used wooden swords when they were training me.
Yeah, wood splinters. I'm also giant kin. I'm used to taking a bit of punishment.
Sure, I guess.
Have you ever seen a giant's forearm bones?
No, I've seen giant sandworms, but not giants
So
themselves.
the bones on a giant, even a youngish giant, are about that big around. Metal staff isn't gonna hurt it that much.
Can you imagine how fucking sick it would be to carve something out of that?
It would take a very long time, and usually some sort of, I believe it's diamond. It's on the tips of the tools for those.
I'm gonna need
Bones
to
are very
get
thick, very hard to break.
I wonder if I could start to learn how to do that.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah. Have fun with your sheep.
I will.
Gail,
Oh.
Bud, and she's gonna pat a hand on his shoulder. I know you. Keep them in the fence.
Oh, that's the plan. I don't want them getting hurt.
I don't mean
unless
in the
I'm there with
walls. I
them.
mean in the fence. Don't let them free roam because you're outside with them.
Well, what if I'm with them?
No, they're gonna
That's
still
the
shit.
point of this. That's the point of this.
I guess just don't let them shit on the paths.
I need to ask some questions.
All right.
First off, Jace, how many? What'd you roll on the 2d4?
4.
4.
Oh.
3 and a 1.
So
Yep.
it takes 4 days. So next, the farm, full cost for all the land, the house, the barn, all of that stuff for an entire farm. That's about 3,000 gold.
I don't have that much right now.
That's not surprising. You're buying a person's entire livelihood for their entire life.
It's true.
Hold on. Hold on.
Hey,
We have
Ro,
a
do you want to
good
farm?
amount.
I will also help.
We also have over 7,000 gold in the party supplies.
Maddie, do you want to help own a farm?
Oh. Yeah, sure.
You could keep the bees on there too.
B-
You could
Bees?
get bees.
I thought
And get more
we were
honey.
planning on getting bees.
I don't remember.
You could have bees and ducks. if we found there are these animals that I've seen near the desert climb. It's called ostriches. They're just really big birds.
Oh, you
They
don't
run
wanna...
really fast.
No. No, yeah.
Where would
No.
you get an ostrich in Shasane?
can't.
That would be cool. What about an elephant?
You also
No.
can't get that.
The we could do that.
Nope.
No.
Okay, so maybe just bees.
What is...
What is that sound?
Was
Oh,
that
I'm sorry.
buzzing?
I thought I was muted. That is so
No.
my fault. I thought I was muted. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It was a sharpener.
What was
It's a
that?
sharpener.
There-
It's a sharpener. I'm so sorry. I genuinely thought I was muted.
I was like, where did the
That was
mechanical bees come from?
Crazy.
So sorry.
I'm gonna kill all of you. Let me get through this first fucking character.
No.
The energy is immaculate today.
All right.
Jace, so
Aye.
you're buying a farm.
Aye.
If you guys do decide to pull your money and buy the entire farm, I'll tell you right now, from the passive income of the farm, we'll just say that's going to be enough to continue paying for your employees more or less indefinitely. As long as nothing happens to your farm, you'll be fine.
All right.
As a mixture of meat, wool, cheese, all the various byproducts of a ranch, you'll be fine. Okay, but you
Connor.
guys still need to shell out the 3,000.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
All right. So how are we splitting this up?
I have a whole 868 gold.
Let me
have-
let me double check something.
I have
I have
about
1,500.
1,100 more than Mercy does.
You don't have
No, I
11.
had 1,100 more. 11,000 million thousand.
No, you only have.
It's math. 8,000.
I'm actually gonna double check that your gold is right because
It is right. I checked.
okay, I was like, 'cause I know Jolly mentioned hers was off.
What? Oh.
The
Gold
other
amounts.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll give half of what I have, so 750.
All right.
Can I use any of my platinum? Because I still have those left.
Yeah, platinum is worth 10 gold.
Okay. I have 296 platinum. I can't remember what I used that for.
That means you have 2,000 platinum.
Or 2,000 gold.
2,960.
2,000 gold, Jolly.
I love that.
Bad. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Why?
You have
Right.
nearly 8,000 gold.
Welcome to the club.
I was about to say, Jill has almost 9,000.
I can't.
Right.
Bad.
Oh, wait, you have 5 platinum, so yeah, you do have
Down to
9,000.
0.
All right. So,
750 plus.
Maddie and Rod, are you okay helping?
Yeah, as long as we get those
Yeah,
sick fluffy
we have-
cows.
Oh
we
yeah.
have party funds too.
I mean,
We do have a lot of party funds.
7,000. I have some money too, but I'm trying to save up for some like really awesome, sweet armor.
so
But I can
why
still
don't we
keep it in.
take the plus 750. 750 from both Ro and Maddie, and then take the last bit from party funds, which is another 750.
So it's 754 ways essentially.
Yep.
That's fine.
All right.
Okay.
So
Okay.
There we go.
we can use the
And-
party funds for other things too. There's other things that we want as a group, so that might help.
Sure.
Mhm.
And we don't have to
So-
use party funds for keeping up the
Paying.
estate now.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
start
This is
buying
done.
our potions and stuff from that instead of out of my pocket.
We're investing in our futures.
I mean,
Aye.
we always could have. It just always offered.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
here's
I
the
wasn't
other
meaning
thing
that in
now.
a negative sense. I just meant I always went to go buy it, so I just didn't think about it.
And hey,
Alright.
Maddie, you know where all your raw ingredients are coming from now. There you go.
Yes.
That's true. We're completely 100% homegrown.
Self-sustaining.
Except for salt. We need to find a source for salt.
I love Dungeons and Dragons, guys.
There's an ocean
Really?
not that
I'm
far.
gonna-
Aye, there's an ocean.
I'm gonna kill the next person that interrupts me.
This
Uh,
is exciting.
Uh,
Please.
all
do
right.
it.
So, Jace,
Aye.
after you buy the farm, which sounds like that's done. Everybody knock off the 750 row, erudite, Maddie, and then party funds. What's next, Jace?
Surgery.
So you're gonna try and get a hold of Patton and see you can get the surgery.
Aye.
Okay. So, the stone is attunement based, but it will stay in your body, no matter
Alright.
what.
All right.
So even if you drop attunement, it still stays there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So you'd be able to hunt down Patton pretty easily. Ultimately, getting a hold of him is not that difficult. The guy literally is just like, he's a blue cloak. He shows up every once in a while, so you can do that no problem.
Gale would have to send someone else. He can't go into the Lucky Sapphire.
This is true. You also cannot go into the Lucky Sapphire yourself.
All right. Well, I could disguise. I could use Firbolg disguise.
Yeah, you could certainly do that.
All right. Just to free up everyone else to do what they're doing while I'm doing this.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything. but,
Okay.
yeah.
So you use your disguise stealth and you kind of like sneak your way into the Lucky Sapphire. I'll just say, sure, that's fine.
All right.
We will say Alvaro does not react to the disguise you have on your person. Whether or not he actually notices, we'll see.
Meh, we'll figure it out later.
But you eventually do find Patton, the kind of brown, musky-haired man. He is there with his partner Marshall, and they are kind of discussing some game plans for another job that they have. And he'll look over and go, "How can I help you?"
I was hoping for your medical expertise in something. I have this little trinket here. I was hoping to get it permanently installed, if you will.
Patton will kind of like look at it a little bit. Actually, you probably should roll just for the sake of it.
Persuasion?
No, he's gonna roll. Like he's rolling
Oh.
to see
Got it.
what he'd do.
Ah!
Okay, there you go.
I'm not entirely sure what it is, but I'm sure I can do something about it.
All right.
So, what's the plan?
Well, as far as steps go, it's got to get fused to the center bone of my ribs,
Mm-hmm.
as far as I know. And then it needs to get closed up. I have a few friends that are good at that sort of thing and know a little bit more about it than I do, but I was told having an expert hand to help with it would just make sure the process goes on without a hitch.
Okay. That's entirely doable. What's going to happen is I'll more or less have to put you under. You're going to feel pretty unpleasant for a while afterward.
Alright.
We'll have to actually cut open a little bit of your sternum to get this in there and to have it start to merge up. If your friend's going to be using some kind of magic, that'll help quite a bit. But I'm going to let you know, I don't know what the fuck something like this is going to do to you if it doesn't graft right.
Alright.
So fair warning, this could fuck you up pretty badly.
Worth a shot. If all else fails, we cut it out.
That would more or less be what I'd have to do.
Alright.
Basically, out of character, if if this doesn't go right, your maximum hit points are going to start to reduce.
Yep.
And it'll have to be removed, most likely by a remove curse spell.
Yep.
And then it'll pop out of the wound. In which case, then it has to be done again.
That's fine.
And you know that the only way to get it to properly stay in place is to use a regenerate spell.
Alright.
Which we
Right.
have.
We do.
You do have, fortunately.
I have a place that is outside of town. If you're able to stop by there, if that works for you, we got plenty of space.
I can do that. What'll have to happen is I'm going to have to clean up a room, so... but yes, so we'll get it all set up and we'll go from there.
All right. Appreciate you.
So, he'll be arriving. He'll show up to the place and he'll actually more or less clear off one room all for what he's doing, and he'll be cleaning it all down. It's going to take most of the day. So all the 66th is going to be used. And what is going to happen is, Gale, you are instructed to lay down on the table. And he is actually going to just kind of grab something from a bottle and put it onto a rag, and he will hold it over your nose and he'll ask you to breathe deep.
Chloroform.
Essentially chloroform, yes. In this case, it's actually like the ether, but it is essentially a knockout drug.
Gale will probably have to take 2 or 3 whiffs of it, but sure.
Yeah, you're inherently a tougher guy, which makes it a lot tougher. But yeah, you're able to eventually fall unconscious. Now, with that said, Haru, are you going to assist with this?
Yes.
Good.
I would have brought
He
Haru in
does-
and Maddie if Maddie can help, but definitely Haru, because Haru said they wanted to be involved.
I
Yep.
mean, Haru has extensively studied anatomy and, like, some operating stuff. He's just not really done it much.
Okay. So Haru, you're going to assist. Maddie, are you there? Or I should ask, do you want to be there?
I don't know. She's not medically trained per se. I mean, I know she has regenerate, but I don't have the prayer wheel right now either, or the water. so I can't really.
This is like 5 days in, so you could have already picked up the prayer wheel.
Maybe. I don't know. mm, I think she would be there, but then I'm pretty sure that Haru would like take most of the assistance, more or less. She'll just be there just in case.
Okay.
Cool.
So, boy,
Let's do surgery.
Yeah, let's do surgery. So what happens is you guys are present. I will have Patton roll twice because he does have Haru as assisting. Oh, thank you for assistance. Oh no!
What the fuck?
What is that?
Do I actually have a better medicine modifier than he does?
He has a +10, but he's a surgeon. That's literally his class. He is a
Connor,
scholar surgeon subtype.
Why aren't you rolling real dice? Why are you trusting an algorithm?
Roll it back.
I like the shiny dice effects.
Do you not have shiny dice of your own?
I do have shiny dice of my own, but I like the shiny dice effects.
Just make some noises with your mouth.
I'm not gonna make the effects with my mouth. Gale. He begins to work on performing the surgery. You will take 4 points of slashing damage. It cannot be negated in any way, shape, or form.
That's fine. Oh no, 4 points of damage.
And as he is working on it, he actually does take out what looked almost like a pair of pliers, for lack of a better term. And he starts to remove a section of bone in your sternum to the displeasure of all who are watching. And he will set the magic stone inside of it, and he'll try to kind of stitch it up as best he can, but he does not know what's going to happen next. This is not his forte. He's a surgeon. He does not typically install magic items into people's bodies.
There's a first for everything.
Yeah, exactly. And in time, you will wake up,
Right.
Gale. But I will also say that a day or two pass, and then you realize this is not going well, as it continues to hurt, and you start to feel worse.
Can somebody get this out of me?
Yes.
We gotta try it again.
I mean, Ro can open up your
I
flesh.
can open your chest with this.
All right. I mean,
Gross.
sure. If you want to do that, go for it.
It's weird that you agreeing to it makes me want to do it less.
How about you?
Okay, then don't do it. Don't do it at all. Definitely don't want you to do it. Never, ever do it.
I would like to open Gale's chest with magic. We were buying a farm 5 minutes ago.
Aye.
That's entirely the point of the spells that you have. So yeah, you very well can do that. So using the alter state spell that you learned from the very old book that you have in your possession.
Connor, shouldn't it be alter shape? We're not turning Gale's chest into a
shape.
liquid.
Alter shape. You are correct. You are correct.
Turn Gale's flesh into a smoothie. Soup, person, soup. We're back to it.
So, this is gross. Gale, are you not going to save or try to stop it?
Nah. Let it happen.
Did he knock you out?
Nope.
Yeah, your skin
I'm just gonna watch it
just
happen.
kind of pulls open, and it is available to be accessed, but someone still needs to cast Remove Curse, which Haru will do.
Haru should also probably be the one to pick it out, because I think if Ro does it, she'll puke.
No, Ro looks like a mad fucking scientist right now. Holy shit, I did that.
So now here's the other problem. Patton's gone. he had work to do. He's gone.
What a dickhead.
So if you need to get a hold of someone to do it, it means your best bet now is probably Haru and Ro.
All
Do
right,
it, do it, do it.
let's try it again. Here,
got, like,
I'm gonna just drink
guidance,
some
right?
Elysian wine. Here, I'm gonna just drink some of this. I'll just sit in a chair. Here.
Yeah, so this has gone from a proper surgical procedure with a man who has never done this, and now this has officially gone to barroom surgery.
All right,
as
let's do it.
Gale more or less clears off a booth in the bar that you have in the estate, lays down on it, drinks some alcohol so he can feel a little bit numb.
All right.
And Ro and Haru there. Haru, who is blind. Ro, who has never done surgery ever.
I mean,
and
Haru can
I
see
am.
within 30 feet.
Oh yeah, sure.
No, right.
I'm here. Here's the thing. I am refusing to give you guys advantage on this one. I refuse.
that's fine. That's fine.
Because
Oh my god.
Ro's not proficient in medicine, and Haru's blind. I refuse.
All right.
So the best you're gonna get, Ro, is a disadvantage that's been counteracted by advantage. So you're doing a normal roll. I will allow you to roll your alchemical tools check, which in this case is it's plus 15. So you've got a very good chance of doing this, but you're operating off of a blind man's instructions on something you have never done before.
What die do you want?
That's a
I mean,
good question.
to be fair, she only has to open it up, and then
Do you wanna
Haru
go
can
to
put it
color
in, and then
yeah?
she closes it.
Only have to.
All
You
right.
say this like it is a simple process.
Well, I'm saying that because she doesn't actually have to install it properly. She just
Great.
needs to make it accessible and then close it up.
Okay,
It's still a check from Ro.
no matter
Yes.
what you roll,
Yeah.
it can't be bad as 12.
It literally physically cannot be worse than 12.
Natural ones
It
are always
actually can't
failures.
be because she can't nat one.
I can't nat one, but
Yes, you can. You have to roll
Honestly-
2 natural ones, but you still can.
I can't. It won't happen.
Halfling luck.
It
Wanna
won't
say
happen. It won't happen.
Oh,
Hand me a
no.
metal dice. Fuck
No,
this. I want
Connor,
a metal
halfling
dice.
luck. She'd re-roll it. It's a d20.
You only get to reroll once.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. You're gonna hear the thump because it's a big metal boy.
It's kaboom.
Let's do it.
That's a 15 on the die.
That's a 15 on the die, so it's a 30.
That's gonna be a 30.
Okay, so roll me a d8 as well, because you're still dealing damage to Gale.
Let's do it.
What the fuck does a D8 look like? That one's got a 10.
It's the
Diamond.
diamond.
It's the
It's
diamond.
a diamond.
What? Where?
This one.
The cauldron. This is a
Playing this
gay
game for
dice.
I don't know how long.
Okay. D8, yeah.
A 6.
6.
Alright.
Gale, you take 6 points of damage.
All right, cool.
Oh, no.
And you set the stone into his sternum, which just kind of like it kind of sticks out. Like you have about a quarter of an inch of just this jet black cubic spinel that is just kind of sticking out of your sternum now.
All right.
And then you just kind of form the skin back together and hope it goes well. Now, Maddie, you do also have to
Yeah.
cast Regenerate,
Okay.
which you can do for the cost of a prayer wheel, which is like 1 gold.
I'm gonna assume
And-
I went out to get a fair
Yes,
wheel.
you
at
you
one
absolutely
point.
would have by this point because we are several days in.
All right.
So I just roll for it?
No, you just drop the spell.
Oh. Info. Cast spell. There you go.
By the 68th of winter, Gale, you have the Urlagok stone installed into your chest. You may select 2 options from it, which in this case are either +2 to con, double your con mod for the purposes of determining health bonuses,
Mhm.
or con to attack and damage rolls. You get to choose
Alright.
2 of those.
I'm gonna do double the mod and +2 to my con modifier.
Okay.
The first 2.
So that would bring your Constitution modifier up to a 20.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll put it up to 20 now.
Because it was 18 initially, right?
Aye.
Yeah. So it becomes 20. And
So hold on.
for the purposes of
It's-
determining health, that is actually 10.
So here's what I'm doing. I'm adding in the additional 1 per each level, so it's an additional 13.
Yep.
So it brings my max to 150, and then
It's 13 times 5, which would be
65.
65.
so an additional 65 health.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Are
What's
you
your
over
health now?
200?
210.
That's
No,
disgusting.
215. 215.
215 at level 13. Is that high?
That's fucking
That's
nasty.
absurdly high.
Holy
It also
shit!
means that I will have to bludgeon you people so much harder to kill you all now.
Yep.
Hey, to
I
be
have
fair,
a quarter of that.
hey, Jace, you have almost double my health as the
Alright.
next tank.
And I have resistance to fucking near everything. So,
Holy shit!
Aye.
Okay.
Jace, do you just look at a game and go, "I want to break this"?
no, this is actually, because I've talked with Connor about this, I've done things specifically to not further break Gale as a character. So, yes.
Yes.
You have over 3 times my health.
I mean, arguably my healing is worse than his
1.2.
health pool because I can heal like the entire party at once.
It's
Yeah.
true.
So do you want me to keep going with you, or should I move to somebody else?
And move to somebody else, because I
Okay.
want to get other people involved, yeah.
Who's next?
Somebody roll a d6 to decide it.
Well, I think we should do the honey because that kind of involves almost everyone, right?
Yeah, and plus some of us may need the money to do.
Yeah.
So we had 2.75 gallons, I think, right?
It feels
Yes.
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 Okay. So initially, I think it was proposed that we give 0.7 gallons or 1 gallon to Finn and sell the rest.
That
How do
sounds
people
right.
feel?
That sounds right.
Do you want to give him a full gallon? That'll probably last him a while.
Let's sell the
Oh,
rest.
the honey for Finn.
No,
Dad.
I'm broke. Please don't do this to me.
We don't need to sell any of it. We keep half, Finn gets half. We eat it with our hands.
I mean, we did dip
Winnie the
cookies in
Pooh.
it.
We turn into Winnie the Pooh. It's fine.
No,
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 that's
no,
seeing
no,
if we
no,
leave it
no.
in the
So-
cabinet.
Don't do that. So, how much are you guys selling again?
1.75.
Yes.
Okay. And how much are you keeping?
1.
We're
One
giving
gallon?
one to
Okay.
Finn.
Okay. So, for what you're selling, what you basically wind up getting is about 1,300 gold for just under 2 gallons of this stuff.
Okay.
Baller.
It's it's only a gallon of it, but with that said, that's a lot, especially for what is essentially like barely a jar of this honey. But once you're able to ask around and actually start talking to the right people, you can sell it, no problem.
Are we dividing this 7 or 8 ways? Are we putting any in the party fund?
I mean, we can do it
mean-
7.
Party fun is
by
The
the way-
thriving.
party fund's set for a while, so
Yeah. By the way, as for in regards to party funds and paying your employees, consider your employees set with the farm and the money that you'll be making from the products sold by them. You do not have to pay your employees anymore, so
Right.
you're good.
so
So that means everyone gets 185 and then just put 5 gold into the party fund.
Okay.
Wait,
Okay.
how much?
185.
180. Okay.
Oh shoot.
Okay.
I'm back over.
So you guys have sold the honey. What else would you like to do?
We also
I
have
know
that weird.
Maddie-
Oh, sorry.
So I know Maddie and Dale wanted to go to Finn to give him the honey and check on him. I didn't know if anyone wanted to join us in that.
That's
Or if
up to you
anyone-
guys.
Had
We
other
still
stuff
have
to
the-
do.
We still have the brazier with the the thing we never used at all.
Yeah, we wanted to separate that
Convert it.
into 2.
2 gem encrusted bowls.
Yeah.
If that's even possible.
Or just sell it back and with the money buy 2 separate bowls.
That's true. Actually, didn't Harvey's? I don't know. I don't know if the bowls
Cog?
are still available right now.
Well,
cog?
the reason we were making it into 2 bowls is because it takes a while to get the bowls, and this would be faster.
We could upsell it. Kami, you're shaking your head. We could trick someone.
I'm saying no, you can't, because it's a brazier.
Wait,
Oh.
what
The reason
types
why
of...
Cog was able to do this is because a brazier is really not a decorative item. A brazier is just a stone bowl, like a typically stone bowl on like a plinth. So a 2,000 gold like a solid gold 2,000 gold brazier isn't really something that people would own because it can't tolerate heat. So no one would buy this.
Metal one of the things that Ro can shape?
Yes.
Damn.
Problem solved.
Alright, well.
Well,
I'm gonna start putting a bowl outside of my door. You do have to pay me first.
you have 8,000 gold.
And I could have more. Ro will separate the bowls if you guys
This
do.
is why Ro wants to fuck dragons so badly, because she has so much in common with them.
I'm fucking hoarding gold already. But yeah, roll if need
What'd
be.
you roll?
Huh, I roll. That's an 18 on the die.
That would be a 33.
I make some
So you're very-
sick ass fucking bowl.
You're very easily able to make like 2 separate bowls that have their own little spots for inlays, but they do not have the jewels, which are still essential for the process of, this.
We still have a bag of gems from selling the book.
She's gonna start popping jewels into it.
It's like a
I've got some glue.
No, what? No, Roll just shapes it out, puts the gem in, shapes it back in.
You can do that.
Just like the
yeah.
guidance.
For the sake of simplicity, yeah. That bag of jewels you have, mark it off as you are making 2 bejeweled bowls, both valued at 1,000 gold.
Well, did you ever think you'd be used as like a...
You guys are using me for my spells.
And to think, you literally used no other spells beyond Featherfall.
I read a book once, and now all my friends are using me.
It's like that
How do you
friend that
think
owns
Rudy
a truck.
feels? What'd you say?
It's like that friend that owns a truck. Hey, I'm moving this weekend. Are you free?
Hey, I need to move.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, that's Rudy
I'll buy
all the
you
time.
pizza.
Everyone's just like, "Hey, I need this." Okay.
Rudy's our telephone, and Ro has a truck.
Exactly. Rudy's the telephone. and
So
Ro
wait,
has
who has the Netflix account?
We all mooch off of Abro's Netflix account.
Probably, yeah.
We steal Avro's Netflix.
He changes the password every
Karen.
week, that crazy
It's-
trickster.
It's more like you are all on his cell phone plan and he hasn't had any complaints yet.
Yep.
Give it time.
Just wait.
Doesn't care yet.
Yeah, so 33 on the die, I can't argue the roll. And mark off whoever has that bag of jewels, mark it off. It's gone. All of
I
it
had
is
the
gone.
bowl too, by the way, so I got
Yeah.
rid of the bowl from my inventory. So Maddie,
So-
you can add those to your thing.
Maddie, add 2 bejeweled bowls valued at 1,000 gold each. Add to your inventory. So you've got the materials for 2 castings of Hero's Feast.
Use them both at the same time.
No,
Don't do that.
they do not stack.
It does nothing. It does absolutely nothing.
Feasts for the price
The
of
opulence, though.
Yeah, but,
Stack
like,
the tables like
is
bunk
this what this
beds.
game has turned into? A bunch of characters who were poor now just using a lot of money for the sake of opulence? Is that it?
We don't know how else to spend it. We need 3 yachts right now.
We weren't taught how to spend money.
We have one
We need
boat.
the flying yacht.
We're closing down College Humor so we can buy a yacht.
This is that meme where it's just like the candles, and then the candles are like $300,000, and the food.
Somebody help me budget. Stop buying candles. Fuck you.
No.
Quit
Stop
buying
buying
farms.
Okay, so what's next, guys?
Who wants it?
I'll ask who wishes to go next.
I have a
somebody other than
short-term
me.
thing and a long-term thing, so we could
Okay.
just do the short-term thing,
Well,
which is a little bit
tell
of
me what both of
shopping.
them are. Oh, you want to do a little bit of shopping? Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, for the shopping, first of all, he'd like to go to the shop to inquire about getting glamored studded leather armor.
Hold on a second. So glamored studded leather armor. Just regular glamour or like glamored +1? What's the plan?
Glamored studded leather armor is +1.
Oh, it is +1. Oh, okay,
Yes,
cool.
it doesn't have any other level of enchantment, but more importantly, you can change it to appear as anything you want with an action.
Glamored studded leather armor. Value for that is 2,000 gold.
Alright, I have that, so I can pay.
There you go, bud. Asajio has something like that in his inventory pretty easily. And even if he didn't, within a few days, he can make it. So yeah, you'll have some glamored studded leather armor for yourself. And it is attunement based, so keep that in mind.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very straightforward. You just make it change to whatever you want on a whim.
And the other thing you'd like to get...
Oh no, you still have more to buy.
The other thing you'd like to get is just a lot of salt.
A lot of salt?
Yeah.
Okay, like how much?
How much per pound is it in
hey,
like
I don't
Ocean
know.
City?
Give me a second. I don't know the price of salt. Nope, turns out there is a price of salt. 5 copper for 1 pound.
Ooh.
How much do you want to push this, bud? How much salt do you want?
As much as Overwatch players have.
All of it.
Oh no, you
don't have
guys
enough
don't have
money for
enough room in
that.
the bag of holding for that.
That's literally 20 pounds per gold.
Yeah, it is. That is base game price, by the way. I am looking at the price right now.
Let's just spend 5 gold for 100 pounds because it's not for him.
Alright, where's it going?
He is summoning his celestial spirit and giving the salt because salt is a common currency in Elysium. So his celestial spirit, he will use the tongues and tell his celestial spirit it can have a spa week.
Wait, so you're paying your celestial spirit?
No,
and you're giving it a fucking spa week.
Yeah.
To be fair, with the spell, it's like all terms are already worked out there. This is just like giving someone a bonus present.
You've given him a vacation, basically.
Yes.
Your celestial spirit, who does not speak to you, will simply nod, and the salts will vanish with it. So yes, the 100 pounds of salt that you purchased for the explicit purpose of paying the celestial spirit vanishes. And Circean is currently has suddenly lost a lot of salt that was bought in one sudden spending spree by a fox person.
It's like close to the ocean. It's
It is.
fine. They'll get.
It still takes time to produce.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, anything else you want to buy?
No.
What's your long-term plan?
Long term, talk with Siga about the Soteria, and also talk with Hongaran, and probably go to the Lost City in order to research symbols.
Got it. Okay, so let's have you talk to Siga. Talking to Hongaran is a little bit trickier because you have to get teleported over there.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can have a scene with Siga, no problem.
To be fair, he was going to also pick up an item there for Rudy to like refresh her teleport item, basically.
Okay.
And
So
he can
you
bring an item from the estate for Hangran as well.
Okay, that's fine. So you look around a little bit, trying to find Siga, and eventually you do find her. You see that she is kind of like hopping from the back of each sheep as they are kind of like moving around, like kind of like using them for balancing practice as she's like holding a rod with like 2 water buckets on each side, and she's basically like using the sheep as balancing posts as they are moving around. And you're able to find her pretty easily, and she'll look over you and go, "Yes."
If you have a bit of time, I would like to learn more about the organization you are a part of.
The Stateria.
That is correct.
Well, that's easy. Hold on. And she'll kind of hop off of one of the sheeps and then just lay the pole with the 2 buckets on one of them as it kind of and then keeps wandering off with the buckets on its back.
Oh.
Siga will kind of like wander over to you. So, what are you curious about?
To begin with, I can't say I know too much apart from having simply heard of the name and loose principles. Would you be able to tell me how the organization was started?
That, yeah, that part I don't know. How the Stateria started is a matter of bit of disputing, and has been something that a lot of better educated individuals than I have tried to figure out many times. So far, no idea. But ultimately, the common story that we hear is that one follower of something based around the idea of balance decided to start to teach these ways that would involve maintaining a balance in the world in order to ensure nothing went too far one way or too far another. As for where it came from and what they were following, that's a little bit trickier as well.
Is there any other purpose besides simply preserving balance?
Well, no, but there's a lot to the idea of preserving balance, to understand. It's not just something as simple as making sure that good doesn't win more than evil or anything like that. It's also making sure that communities aren't wiped out by creatures, and creatures don't get wiped out by people who decide they don't want them. It's making sure that the law has a check in a criminal organization that offers things that it doesn't also offer. Everything needs this counterbalance to make sure that it still can work. Because if you go too far one way, you see problems appear.
Is there anything... Well, do you know what the current viewpoint of the events that are going on, as he gestures to the sky, are?
That, I have no idea. The only Stateria I knew were the Stateria that lived in Vermeer, and we focused heavily on the sociological issues that were occurring over there. It became a naturally prevalent problem that we had to deal with, so we dealt with it.
I assume you mean the somewhat oppressive methods of the people in power there.
Call them oppressive, call them racist. Either way, you're most likely correct. The biggest thing is, over there, we decided that it was best for us to focus on ensuring that people wouldn't be wiped out. I am confident that not all the gnomes over there wished to see orcs and goblins and the such to be wiped out from that land, but at the same time, there are quite a few people in power there that do. So, it became more a matter of ensuring that it didn't keep getting worse.
Is there a branch of the Stateria here on Odella?
On Adela? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Like I said, I wasn't the brightest student. I know how to deal with creatures, and I know how to deal with people. That was what I did, and that was what I did well. I'll admit that freely. I'm confident that maybe there is another one in Odela, but if they are here, they're very secretive. Or they were ushered away from the country.
I can only think of one further question at the time. Are there any
Yes.
deities or other powerful beings that have a connection to the Stateria?
No and yes. How do I describe this? The deity that is worshipped by the more pious Stateria isn't a deity. It's an idea. It's the concept of balance. It's referred to among the Stateria as the monad, but nobody has heard from it. Nobody has spoken to it. Nobody knows what it looks like or what it is. And from what we can tell, it isn't a being. It is simply a concept that has our belief behind it.
True, but belief can give power.
It can. And that's one of the more prevalent ideas as to why it works. You know how clerics receive their power, correct?
Do the will or blessing of some other power, typically some sort of aligned goal, and are willing to do as that entity says for their blessing?
Essentially, yes. They're a warlock that didn't make a deal. Just one that followed because they asked. There are clerics of the monad, but it's not the same. They put their faith in something that is simply an idea, and by putting that faith into it, they pull power from it. I don't know exactly how it works. To be honest, I'd be lying if I said that anyone did. In my opinion, it's something that no one would really know the answer to.
Well, similar concept to things such as currency, which are backed solely by
Faith.
faith.
Yes, completely. It's entirely an idea that we simply buy into. And granted, it's an idea that it's hard to deny. No one wants to see an entire group of creatures being wiped away. If you killed every deer that existed, you'd see a lot of problems crop up. But at the same time, if you see every hunter get wiped away, yeah, there would also be a lot of problems, wouldn't there?
Well, I'll let you get back to your training, but if I should encounter Sateria in Odela, would you like to get into contact with them?
Yes, absolutely. I will say, if you're looking for a Soteria, look for black clothing and some kind of a colorful undergarment, like a colorful shirt or colorful pants that they wear beneath a cloak.
Very well.
It's simply effective for our work. You wear dark clothing on top so it doesn't get stained or doesn't mess up the clothing underneath. Practical.
Just editing my notes.
But nobody has heard of the monad or spoken to it. But I'll get back to my training. If you have anything else, feel free to ask.
All right. Thank you for your time.
No problem.
Good question.
Yes, Michelle?
What is that concept called again?
It is referred to as the monad, MONAD.
Monad. Okay. Sorry, I been noting.
Notes, I get it.
Yeah, so it's,
Mhm.
I'm trying to MONAD.
MONAD. Monad. Oh yes, and if you ever ask Siga what the symbol for the monad is, Cody, it is a circle that is one half black, one half white. That's it.
All right. He will be looking into that among other things at the.
Yes, you also do immediately realize the issue with that symbol, because it also resembles another symbol that you're pretty sure other creatures or other beings will use, and that's a half moon.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll get back to you on anything else you want to do in a bit. Who else wants to go?
Weren't you gonna let Maddie go next since she wanted to visit the bakery?
Yes, Maddie.
Hmm?
Do you want to start with the
Yeah.
bakery? Is there anything else you want to do beforehand?
I could talk to Ro about the thing.
Oh yeah! Do you want to have a scene with Ro?
Yeah.
Okay, so, Ro, you this is a few days before like the latest in the schedule, which would probably be Gale's surgery. So at this point, everybody is doing a bunch of various things. Gale's gone off and buying a farm. The fence posts for the sheep have been set up, and you are hearing the constant noises of sheep's bleeding, which is getting a little annoying, but they're cute, at least, you know. You're currently kind of chatting with Mercy for a little bit, and Maddie shows up too.
Well, hi, Ro. I have a proposition for you.
Okay, yeah. Wait, hold on. If you want to use my spells, I am putting a price on it. Does it spell work?
You can take it when she falls asleep.
What?
What do you need? What's up?
Look, okay, I need to ask if you could help me make something for me.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Do you want a gun?
Somewhat similar to it.
That
I
is
guess.
not an immediate no. So I'm on board.
Listen, I have an idea on what we could do. Since you're a little bit proficient with guns, I guess. Is it possible to make a crossbow that launches potions?
Ooh.
Chase, stop it.
I could probably figure this out. Absolutely.
Yeah, so what I'm thinking basically is a crossbow that obviously I would have to talk to an alchemist about it, but if I put a potion on the crossbow, I would eventually launch the potion farther distance, basically.
Okay. Yeah. My only concern.
I'll pay you.
No, it's fine. No, I'm on board. I'm interested. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
These potions you're launching, are they potions for the good, or potions to affect the bad?
Who said it only has to be healing potions?
Okay. Second concern. Glass? Thinking about it.
I do want to point out there is tempered glass, which does not dynamically shatter. It only goes into like a few pieces.
Do you want to up the price on it on the potions you're getting made? Because they're already healing potions that are 50 gold.
I mean, the glass is nothing compared to the cost of the potions. To be fair.
A little glass never hurt nobody. It'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Maddie.
Yeah.
As you were the party's healer for quite some time,
Yes.
you know how this would work out, actually. So, if, let's say, you have a potion that will heal on contact with the liquid, and you hucked it at somebody, and it shattered on them, what would happen is, mechanics-wise, it would deal 1 point of damage and then heal them.
Weird question.
So if the potion heals 1d4 plus 1, it's actually doing only 1d4 points of healing, as it's also doing 1 point of damage. Yes.
I have a dumb idea.
Uh-huh.
And this is out of character because Mercy, I don't know if she would know how to explain this. So, and bear with me, I don't know guns that well and I'm going to sound stupid. When you fire a bullet, you leave behind the shell, correct?
Mm-hmm.
The casing, yeah.
Could you leave behind a glass casing so that way it could be fired, but the actual glass the potion is in sugar glass, which is what they use in props in movies in order to not actually hurt people when they shatter it?
From an out of character standpoint, yes, you definitely could. There is the problem of, I don't think sugar glass is a thing yet, because no one's really.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when sugar glass was made.
You
but
give me
also,
5 seconds.
Doing the research. On the clock.
I'm also curious, in fairness, but still.
The history grind
Other
never
out of character
stops.
option.
Oh my god.
No, that's a really good idea. Like I was thinking of something
darts are a
along those
thing.
lines.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
What if you're shooting darts?
Healing
Just
darts.
blow gun
The
them.
kinetics of the plunger just drops it as soon as it hits something.
All right. Hey,
Okay.
I already drew the potion launching crossbow. Thank you very much. We don't need to make Anna's gun.
I'm just saying.
We
Yet.
can just take a picture from Overwatch. It'll be fun. No copyright. It's fine. I'll just do what the kids used to do on DeviantArt, and you take the picture of the gun, and then you just really badly color over it in MS Paint. And then you're like, it's mine, I did it.
And then you flip it,
This is
you
mine
rotate
now.
it on the horizontal, so it's
So that
see?
nobody knows.
It's opposite. It's facing a different way. It's not the same gun. What are you talking
Obviously, I drew the whole thing. It's
Yeah.
facing the wrong way.
This is mine now.
I made this.
I'm gonna be honest, I literally cannot find an
I know, I
origin,
can't either.
when it started getting used, nothing. There's no dates attached to this, but I know it's been being used for a while.
There was just some
It has
dude
been
who was
used for a while,
crunching on
but it
glass.
appeared a lot in movies, and the problem is movies became popular.
Okay, but it's essentially
After
just... I won't fight it. I'm just saying, I don't know why we didn't figure it out
You better
sooner.
not.
I love the idea of just getting fucked up with glass really quick, and then you're like, okay.
It's
So
a connection I established.
just
It's more of a personal confusion of why did it take so long to figure it out?
No idea. But yeah, you can. The idea is there. So you guys were talking about this object.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I have to talk to Sika. Oh, right. Man, I forgot she messed up the kitchen.
Just crunching on some
Don't
pasta.
remind me. Don't remind me.
Oof. Absolutely disgusting.
She is feral. Don't be mean.
Absolutely. Definition of the word. We let this feral person into our home.
You did.
Who would do such a thing? Who would even do that?
Rose specifically invited her into the house.
Bro.
That
Bro
doesn't
did.
sound like me. never.
So you can find Sega.
What is she doing right now?
Currently, she is inside of the indoor like training area you guys have.
Okay.
And it looks like she's currently training with like kind of like a variety of weapons. So like on one hand that she has like a small assortment of just daggers that she's pitching into the dart board area that you have in there. And she's kind of swapping between weapons as she's working and practicing on the grain punching bag, which was not set up by her, in fairness, but it is definitely still in there.
Right. Okay. Well, I asked Siga. Siga, I know you work with potions, though, right?
Yes.
Is it possible to make a potion grenade with the use of a crossbow?
Do you mean a potion that will heal someone when it hits them?
Yes.
Yes, I can certainly see it being possible. You more or less would just have to add on one ingredient, and in theory, it should be fine. I'll roll her alchemy check just to see if she thinks she can do it.
Okay.
Where's your alchemy, Siga? It's intelligence, almost certainly. Plus proficiency. So your proficiency is... Got it.
I like this.
Guys, I found out what it does on a natural one.
Yep, there it is.
Oh my god! What are your rolls today? Connor, what are your rolls?
I don't know.
Well, now we know what Connor needs to use in boss fights. Just roll on the.
It's entirely possible. I cannot do it.
Oh. Okay.
I really don't know how I'd go about doing it. I'm sure that there's an alchemist out there that can do something like this. I don't know what I'd add. But the idea's there.
Okay. Guess I'll talk to her.
Go talk to Harvey.
I know. I'll talk to Harvey about that. But then before she leaves, she's like, "See, just next time, just ask somebody before you take anything out of the kitchen, please."
I was hungry.
That's not an excuse. Don't do it again.
For eating from the kitchen?
You pretty much messed up the kitchen.
Didn't mess up anything.
It's all of those excuses. I swear to God, I just like, and then she just.
Yes, Jess.
Joe, would you like to tell them what you just told me?
I'm technically an alchemist.
You are technically an alchemist, yeah. You're trained in alchemy tools.
If you wanna
Hey, you know how I told you I have a Leatherman in my center console that's pink? That's you.
I'm an all-purpose tool. And tool as in the insult.
I know.
Do you want me to?
Do you want that?
I don't know.
Because guess what, bro? You're already gonna be kind of looped into making the crossbow.
That's fine. Rose into it. Thinking about maybe writing up a copyright and fucking selling that.
I will say that design that I drew that off of, that's based off of a real weapon.
I know.
It's
I
called-
found it when I googled.
Yeah, it's called a stone bow.
Yeah.
Where literally, it would launch bullets at high speeds, typically for hunting. Fucking cool as hell.
Hell yeah.
It's up to you.
Well, then she would have an easier, like, determination on how the potion could fit on the crossbow. So it's possible. I mean, if as long as you're okay with the workflow, that's what I'm asking.
As soon as you gave Ro a job, it was like instantly hair in a ponytail, like fucking again mad scientist mode.
Bro, I can make you chocolate pastries.
You can have any kind of weapon as long as that's that's how we're gonna do this. That's the payment here. just leave them around. I'll find them in here somewhere.
Drizzled with the honey.
I have a bit of information for it. I couldn't find when sugar glass was first made, but the first time that there was significant production of hard sugar in the hard crack stage,
Yeah.
which is what is
That's sugar
required to
glass,
make it into
basically.
the glass, was mid 1800s.
Mid
So after
1800s?
what we are.
After where you
Yeah.
are.
When early 1800s.
It's quite feasible that it was produced in many cases before then, but that's the first documented case of large continued production of it, not just like a one-off accident.
Okay. Thank you, Cody. Yes. Yes, Joe?
No, I have a dice on my glasses. I just don't want.
Why do you have dice on your glasses?
Because I didn't
Okay.
want to hold it anymore.
Okay.
Then put it down.
No.
So yeah, Ro, if you want to try to make the potion, you can roll a alchemy tools die.
Plus 15.
Plus 15. In fairness, I will make
That's an 18 on the die.
an 18 on the die,
Yeah.
which makes it a 33 again.
Oh my god.
Hey,
Yeah,
bud. Have you ever
the
thought that
idea
your
behind it's
character
super
may
easy.
your character may be doomed to be an alchemist? Where's your arm and you need to go kill your mom?
Now you got me there. We're gonna skip the bringing her back.
You also don't have a
part
brother that we know of.
that we know of. We just gotta get a mulligan. We will recreate Full Metal Alchemist. Blonde, short,
Angry.
angry.
Doesn't
Come
like
on,
being
Nicholas.
called short.
It's
It's
all here.
perfect.
We've got the pieces.
Bad
You're
relationship with
already
the
Edward
parental figure.
Elric. Now I just need to combine a child and a dog, and it'll be crushing for everybody involved.
No.
You
I
already did that
I don't know what you're talking about.
with your new dog race.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, bro, the idea behind it really is pretty straightforward. You just add an active agent into the potion, where instead of it needing to be imbibed, you make it absorbable through the skin, and it will heal. It's still gonna suck because you're gonna get hit by broken glass, and then you're going to get healed. But it'll work even better because then there are wounds to drip into.
Again, like Cody said in the chat, the glass helps the potion enter the bloodstream quicker.
See?
Get in there. Seep on in.
But the idea is simple. Now, it costs 50 gold for each healing potion, and these are basic healing potions. You can have the more impressive, better versions of those healing potions made as well, but those are more expensive. I will point that out to you. So, how much? What do you want, Jolly? How much do you want? You know, the crossbow is pretty straightforward. Crossbows are cheap.
Can I get maybe 3 healing potions?
3 of them?
Yeah.
Sure. Give me a quick second. I will get the price ready for you.
And you could just have my crossbow for
for materials.
because I never use it.
You can't use it. You're blind.
I can use it. But A, that drafts by sanctuary, and B, I'm doing like a poke worth of damage.
Yeah. So yeah, in that case, you cannibalizing Haru's crossbow for materials. Ro, you get to work on creating the stone bow, or Maddie's potion launcher, whatever you want to call it. The 3 potions of healing are super easy. 150 gold. Boom, done. It's still in mint condition. Completely untouched.
Yeah.
So, from a mechanic standpoint, your crossbow will do 2d4 plus 1 points of healing. You only have 3 shots.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
And basically what you have to do with a player character is you have to hit their AC. Ordinarily, the AC will be a little bit lower because they're not going to try to dodge it. But if they're in direct combat with somebody, it becomes a bit trickier because you have to make sure you don't hit the other guy. Basically.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, there you go. You have your stone bow.
Yay! Well, that's done.
that is done.
Hmm.
What else would you like to do?
The bakery. Also for compensation for Rose efforts, I'm gonna make chocolate pastries over there.
Oh, you can roll for that.
The cooking?
Yeah. It's what Maddie does.
No, I just confused where I find it in the sheet.
Oh, right. Give me a second.
Where do I even roll it?
Go to Where are you?
I don't
There
know,
we go.
where am
I think it'd be mess kit, unless there is another tool
In
for you to use.
In attributes at the bottom, I think there
Attributes.
is
Yep. There we go.
Is it attributes?
tools.
Yep. Attributes. Cook's utensils.
I mean, I can.
Oh, you
click
can't
on
click
the
that.
pencil. There's
Huh.
no.
We're learning, everybody. Don't worry.
I'm trying to find it.
Takes a bit sometimes.
I think it would be mess kit.
Would it be under inventory or would it be under? Where would it be? Even I
don't
can't
know.
find it.
I mean, I know you have expertise in it, and you use. What do you use? I think it's wisdom. So, at this level, it'd be a plus 14. So you can just roll a d20 plus 14, and we'll set up the actual macro a little bit later.
D20 plus. Forgot about that.
That is a 20 on the die. Are you making like cookies or pastries? What's the plan?
Maybe. I'm not sure. I was gonna make pastries to just have chocolate filling in it. Maybe chocolate on top.
That's up to you, bud.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to make what is essentially like a croissant with chocolate filling and a chocolate drizzle on top of it, you can do that, no problem.
Okay.
So yeah, Maddie, for payment for Ro, create some delicious pastries. And Maddie, it's you, Gale. Is Dea coming as well?
It's up to her if she wants to.
Yeah, who's going to the bakery?
Yeah, she wants to go like check in on Finn and you can give him the honey and
Alright.
let
Okay.
Amelie know that Maddie isn't dying anymore.
Real quick, to get your tools as a button, go to your inventory, right click it, add it to your actions page. It's going to be under others, and then there's a button that says you click it, and then it'll have a specific button that says
Use blank tools.
Use blank tools. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I was
I'll
trying to
get that
figure out
set
how to
up
do,
for you, Jolly.
I was trying to figure out how to do woodcarver's tools for a while. So
That's He's. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Okay. I'll keep that in mind next time.
And make sure you mark yourself as proficient in the tool, or else it will not add that thing.
Okay. So the bakery.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So you all begin making your way over towards Broadback's Bakery. You, Gale, and Dea. Gosh, sorry guys. You guys all begin making your way over to the location. You'd find that the building is appears to be in pretty good shape. There is a small amount of smoke coming up out of one of the chimneys, and the building itself is casting a nice warm glow out into the cold, snowy environment, which right now is unpleasant for one like you, Dea, who typically prefers warmer weather.
Yes.
Yeah. But you guys open up the door into the bakery. You hear a bell go ding, 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 ding. Inside, you find that Finn is behind the counter. It looks like he is currently bringing in a small tray of cupcakes and is setting up into the little display case that he has. And he looks at you all and goes, "Ah, nice to see you guys. How are you going? How are you doing, dear?"
I'm good right now. Are you feeling okay after the sky is cracked right now?
I don't know what to think of that, but I'm not dead yet, so that's good.
Always a good
Okay.
thing.
Yeah. Where's mom anyway?
Amelie, she has stepped away just for a bit to purchase some more ingredients. She'll likely be back in like 5 to 10 minutes, something like that.
Okay. I kind of whispered to you. I was like, I can't tell him what happened over there in Elysium. I don't want to tell him why we went over
Yeah.
there.
We don't have to. We don't have to tell. Hey, so we got a gift for you, Finn. Yeah,
What is it?
It's some Elysium honey. Here you go, whole gallon.
You just kind of pass it over to Finn. He'll kind of look it over and go, "Oh, thank you.
It's
I've never
really
heard of this stuff."
tasty.
He'll like very carefully like dip like just the tip of his finger into it and like taste it.
Got it from the source.
Well, I'll have to use this very sparingly. Thank you. I do appreciate this quite a bit. Thank you, guys.
You're
What?
welcome. We can always
Oh,
get
not a
more
problem.
if you need.
Oh, that'd be great if you'd be able to get more. But
It's been
don't-
nicer trip than the last one we took.
yes. Don't put yourselves out just for me, especially if you're going to a dangerous location. I'm not terribly familiar with Elysium, but be careful.
Oh, we will. I'll have to go back and fight a Titan.
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't have time to
And he
fight
does
him.
exactly what I just did. He just kind of looks at you and blinks a couple of times, then just goes, "All right."
We didn't have time the last time. We had to get Maddie taken care of.
What?
Gale,
Nothing. She's fine.
nothing.
She's
We-
fine.
We wanted to see if we could meet some people who knew Amelie, and we did.
Gale rolled deception. Gale,
Does he get
Gale roll.
advantage?
Gale, no.
Because-
Gale rolled
Perfect!
deception. What'd you roll?
Perfect. 4 on the die. Plus, Gail's also not trying, so I was gonna say, can I give myself disadvantage?
No.
don't
But
need
you
to.
certainly
With-
can give Dea a disadvantage.
That's what I'm gonna do. So it's a 4 plus 2 for a total of 6.
Dea, roll
Gale's-
deception with disadvantage.
Oh God damn it! Hold on. It's the first one that was not good at the first place. Yeah.
Oh
Uh.
no. Hmm.
what happened to my daughter?
She's fine now. That's
That's
So,
the
good. I
matter.
can tell she's fine now. What happened to her, though?
Do you remember hearing about that the individual who was creating all the weird things east of here?
Mm-hmm.
He decided he wanted to try and put some sort of weird curse on Maddie. So we went and got it taken care of.
Does Amelie know about this?
I have no idea. She can help us kill him, though. We're going to take care of him.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm happy to see you're okay, honey. Next time, I would prefer being told about something like this, but still,
Sorry.
thank you.
Oh, that's right. She didn't want to worry you. I forgot about that part. We were also in a hurry, to be fair. Really, we came back, we turned around, we did some stuff that we're not going to say, and then we went to Elysium with the help of a dragon, and then got help from a Brigidine, and then took on another Brigidine, and killed a Brigidine in lava that was bad. And then we came back.
Lava?
Yeah.
Alright.
What
It
were
was
you...
pretty cool.
Okay.
We didn't want to cause you undue stress.
There was this
you're
really
already-
cool cavern that had all sorts of lava at the bottom. We came in through the top.
I
we
almost
fought it.
died. I mean, but it was
Aye.
cool, I guess.
It was not cool. What are you talking about?
Maddie did really good at keeping everybody up. Then I grabbed it and flew it after grabbing it, and a bunch of people shot it. And Mercy fucked it up pretty good, and then it was fucking her up pretty good.
You okay, Dad?
Mm-hmm.
We also met what was it, a Storm Dragon.
Yeah, Storm.
Aye.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Good to
and
hear.
we met a few of Maddie's aunties.
What?
They might visit. Yeah.
Aye.
What?
They knew Amelie.
Oh.
There were like 3
Okay.
of them. They absolutely loved Maddie.
That's good to hear.
Aye.
That's very
Maddie's
good
got
to
even
hear.
more people protecting her now, so she should be
They-
good to go.
They like spicy food, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Good to hear.
Aye.
Good to hear. Okay. Right. Honey, you're back. Great.
Yeah.
As Amelie opens the door carrying some groceries.
She's okay. She's scared.
Yeah. Oh boy, this poor
Oh.
man. You've done many things to this poor man.
Oh no.
I tried to help him out. The kill kept going.
Everything's fine.
Did Gale keep
Right.
going or did Jace keep going?
Yeah.
A little bit of both. We'll never be able to really tell.
Sure.
How much are the cupcakes?
Cupcakes are currently going for 5 copper.
Can I have...
Sure. And he'll
Right.
you hand over 1 silver, he'll give you 2 cupcakes.
Thank you. Put them in my snack pouch.
so, so many things are disappearing into this pouch. I'm
Right. I'll take 2. I'll
getting a little
actually say
weird.
take 2 more, and Gil's gonna give him 2 more silver.
Okay.
Right.
The image of this like half shell-shocked man just trying to deal, and then he's like, "Yes, finally a transaction. I can deal
Something
with this,"
normal,
and then
thank
Gil
you.
just puts it in the pouch.
Poor man.
I'm just here
He's
to
just
give him
like-
emotional whiplash. Just keep him
Poor
running,
broken
not
man.
completely off his toes the entire time. I got to write that down. I got cupcakes now.
Great. Anything else you guys want to do in the bakery?
I was gonna tell Amelie about meeting her sister.
Okay, so you begin to tell her about meeting Renfen and Balkiera.
Yeah.
Okay. So you tell her that you met them, and you see that her eyes will kind of widen for a bit, and she'll kind of get this excited look on her face, and she'll look at you and go, "You met them?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I'm so happy to hear that. How are they?"
They're doing fine. They missed you.
That's understandable. I did kind of disappear, but
You
still,
didn't tell them, did you? Why did you not
No.
tell them?
I
Why?
didn't do.
Oh. Okay. They said
But
they
still.
might visit, at least.
Well, that'd be cool. I'm fine with them visiting at some point. Wow. Okay, that's cool. And you're okay now, right?
Yeah. Yes. I'm okay now. Yes.
Okay.
We
That's-
got it cured.
Okay, good. That's good to hear. She kind of looks over at Finn, who looks looks to be in a worse state now that you have told him what occurred. It's weird. It's almost like hiding these things from Finn is not a good idea because it stresses this poor man out.
Don't stress him out anyway.
We don't want
Didn't have to know.
Well, I'm happy to hear that they're good and that they're planning a trip over here. Did they haven't mentioned when or?
No, they didn't.
Okay, that's fine. Do not necessarily need them to plan exactly when for that to come out. That's fine with me. Still, that's awesome. Okay. Anything else you guys want to talk about with them in the bakery?
I was gonna secretly talk to Finn about something.
Oh, okay.
I'll
What would
step
that
a-
be?
We'll step away. Real quick, Dad. Should we tell Amelie about the Brigidine?
The what do
The
you
one
mean?
we fought and killed.
Oh.
You think she'd think that was cool?
Well, she might want to know that the Prince in Chains is out, but I bet she'd be impressed by that. By
Oh.
the fight, I guess.
Alright.
It might be.
We'll wait for Maddie to come back and we'll tell her.
I gotta ask, where are you guys standing as you're saying this?
Right out in the open.
Okay, you mentioned the prince. You say that the Prince in Chains is out, and she goes, "What?"
Oh, right. He's out and doing
mean-
things, and
Oh my god.
we had to take out a Brigidine
Oh,
in a bubble of
no.
lava. It was really cool. Kicked its
No!
ass. It
That's
was.
not cool. That's not cool
Well,
at
not-
all.
Not that it got turned, but we still kicked its ass. It was pretty cool. I got a
I
fight
guess
scheduled
that's
with
cool.
a Titan. It was a good trip.
Oh god. Okay.
We'll go back and deal with it later. We're trying to do other things.
Okay.
They've got it under control at the moment. We'll deal with it later. It's not a
Okay.
problem right now.
They'll probably have to get some. They're probably gonna have to start like walling it off or something. Okay. Well, I appreciate hearing about this.
No problem.
I guess.
Well, now you know not to take a vacation there. This is probably an inopportune time to do
I
so.
was not going to ever take a vacation there. Thank you.
Oh, it's a lovely place.
I don't want to go home.
Can't say the same, but okay.
While you guys are now stressing out Amelie,
So sorry.
Maddie, you pull Finn aside, using your comrades as a bit of a distraction. What are you going to talk to them about?
Sorry that I haven't been telling you what's been happening lately, so I just didn't want to stress you out.
I was going to say, I would prefer to know what's happening with my daughter. Thank you very much.
I don't want to stress you out as much as I did, okay?
I know
don't
that,
think-
but still.
Look,
I
go on.
recognize fully that you and your friends work a very dangerous job and live very dangerous lives. That is a simple fact that I've accepted. It's how it is. But at the same time, I want to know what's happening so I can know that your friends, or at least know it's occurring, and they're going to help about it. I put a lot of faith into the people you have with you, and all of them seem to care about you a lot. Gail very clearly cares for you, and as does that young lady that's walking with you. They care about you. So I know for a fact that they're going to be able to handle it, but I want to know what's going on.
You really want to know what happened over there?
Yes.
We went over there because the curse that was put upon me was a death curse, so I was gonna die within a few days.
Oh. Well, it's good that you got it dealt with.
Yes.
I'm sorry you had to go through that, but it's good to hear that you're okay now.
Yeah, that's what happened. We killed things and we fixed the curse. That's also something else happened, and I don't know how I feel about it.
What are you? This is Connor talking. What are you hinting
What?
at when you say that?
I'm talking about the interaction earlier.
You okay?
In the museum.
In that case, Finn is going to roll insight on you with advantage because you're his daughter.
It's not like I can lie.
You can lie.
I can't really lie to him about this.
You're right. You can't.
What?
Well, no, you can't. So, remember how you remember cooking's a wisdom thing.
Yes.
Finn's a very good cook.
Oh.
Which means he does also have a good wisdom score.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
With the 15 on his die, he rolls a 25.
Oh my god! What the hell? Okay.
Is he like a level 20 cook?
Level 20 cook. Completely ineffective in combat, but I can make anything.
1 grain of rice, a stale package of ramen, a hint of salt, gourmet meal.
Are they cuisine?
Exactly.
So yes, he will.
Michelle, quit writing on your keyboard.
What are you doing?
I like how it was one, and then the other, and then there was a pause, and then suddenly it was like release the floodgates. You're also muted.
However, it was on track. However, this is the last week that I will have this issue happen because I am getting a desktop on Thursday. So hopefully by next session, this won't happen again. I am so sorry.
What the fuck?
I was writing, and it was on the because I have no space on this. I'm also getting a new desk. I have no space on my desk. I'm so sorry, guys.
I want you to know, Michelle, you made Jace and Jill laugh so hard. The eyes of both are watering.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
I didn't know how to react because at first I was like, "This is so rude," and then I saw it keep happening and went, "Wait, there's no way this is intentional."
I'm sorry. I feel so stupid. I'm so sorry.
Funny.
That's amazing. Oh my god.
Okay, we need this
I
clip.
just want to point out, look, I've been like literally just writing notes. I'm trying to like be better with notes.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you and your 100 acrobatics rolls. You're so athletic.
I'm so sorry. I feel so stupid. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
Rudy's just doing backflips.
One of them was very bad. One of them was
really good.
No, you did a perfect landing one, and you went to go get someone and go, watch.
So in that
Fucking-
stack,
It fucking did a flip and landed on your neck.
there's a 20, 19, 18, and 17. in that.
Very well.
Yeah. Overall, there's a lot
You
of
burned
good rolls in there.
You burned so many good rolls doing this.
I don't use this much time.
Hey, at least we know this algorithm will not give you the same one if you hit it at the same time.
Yeah, this is a good test for the algorithm.
Wow.
Oh my god,
So-
I feel so dumb. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's very funny. So Finn is scrutinizing you with the eagle eyes of a father,
Oh god, I don't know what to
And-
write.
What?
and he looks at you and says, "There did something else that happened."
I don't know what you're thinking of, but don't
What
look
else
at me
happened?
like that.
What else happened?
Why don't antagonize me like this? She kind of turns a bit red, but she says,
What happened?
"Okay,
Maddie?
okay."
You need to tell me.
What? Okay. I might have some feelings for Dia, and she probably likes me back, but I'm not entirely
Finn
sure.
smacks his hand on a desk and goes, "I knew it!
What the? What is that supposed to
That's,
be?
that's why you keep bringing her with you every time. That's why. I knew it!"
That's not the reason why.
Oh my gosh. I mean, good for you. She seems like a really sweet girl. I didn't know you liked them so moody, but I mean, she seems like a really sweet girl.
Don't call her moody. What the?
She seems like a bit of a moody person, a little grumpy at
Okay.
times.
Maybe I'll admit she is kind of a little moody.
But
some bad times.
she seems like a sweet girl. I'm so happy to hear that.
I mean, we didn't necessarily go on a date, so I don't know what we could do.
You can do you can go on a date whenever. I'm not sure what dates are for adventures. Do you guys go and fight a dragon and like make out at the sunset or something like that? Is that how it works?
No. Oh, no. God, she's so red right now. Oh,
Uh-huh.
oh my God. Look, it's the middle of winter. It's not like you can take her out or anything.
I mean, you still can. There are restaurants and places to go and eat. Or you could just make a meal at home.
Should I? I don't know my capabilities of cooking that would be that romantic, to be honest. You know who is home.
Finn is just deadpanning you. Really? Your
What?
cooking isn't good enough for being romantic, really?
I don't know.
You're a fine cook. And also, you just kind of need to go and try. It's not, there's nothing wrong with it. Look, Dea seems like a sweet girl, and I support it fully.
She's just not looking at him right now. It's like, okay.
And Finn is going to do the thing that parents do that only makes it worse for your emotional state. He's going to put his arm around you.
Oh, no. I'm so embarrassed. Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
He's just giving you a hug now.
I do know Mom knows this, right?
Oh, I know. She probably figured it out a lot quicker. You
two
probably
are
did
all
something
the
sappy,
same.
like give her something with Celestial written on it, and then she read the Celestial.
Note to self: never do that again. Ever.
She can read Celestial. There.
I know.
She can
I
read
didn't know she would be here. That was the point. Okay, well, as embarrassed as she is, she's gonna leave the room now.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys wish to do at the at the bakery? Other than get yourself sufficiently embarrassed by your father?
Like, I ain't embarrassed enough already by everyone else. Jeez. There's nothing else.
There's nothing else? Okay.
I've already caused him enough emotional trauma for today.
Got it. So,
Did you go specifically so that this confrontation would happen?
No, it was emotional support, and also I wanted cupcakes.
Yeah.
The confrontation was just a bonus.
So,
Never thought.
you guys begin heading away from the bakery and start making your way out of the town. And as you're making your way out through the Silver District, there are two women that are kind of like pointing at you, and they kind of like cock their heads to the side, and they're kind of whispering to each other. And both of them start moving in their same direction towards you three.
No.
Greetings.
Can I help
Hi.
you guys?
Hi. Excuse me. I don't mean to be a bother. Yeah, I don't mean to be a bother, but and they point at Maddie and go, Are you Finn's kid? Are you Maddie?
Yeah?
Hi. I'm Brees. I'm oh gosh, what was the other one's name?
Suzette.
Suzette. I'm Reese. I'm Suzette. We're Finn's sisters. It's nice to meet you. And we're gonna go to
No.
we're gonna go to a break there.
No.
As,
That's what it was. I
are
remember
their
now.
Reese and Suzette.
Okay. Thank you.
I hope it's spelled like rice, but it's pronounced.
No.
No.
R-E-S-E. We'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes, everybody. I hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. I certainly have. See you in 5 to 10.
And we're back.
Okay, so, Maddie, you see in front of you two women who facially look very, very similar. One of them has this kind of like dirty blonde colored hair. She's wearing an orange outfit with like brown accents. She has a small like brown bowler cap with an orange stripe on it and an orange feather. She's got blue eyes and very nice, well done makeup. She's a very pretty lady. And Suzette has a pink outfit with this kind of like tied, like what is it, like a sweater or something like that around her shoulders.
Like
Shawl?
a shawl.
Yeah, it's like a shawl. That's the word. Thank you. And she is also wearing a bowler cap. This one in kind of a gray lavender with a pink stripe on it and a bow.
Insight check.
Okay.
That's a 4 on the die, plus 2 for 6.
They seem perfectly trustworthy.
All right, perfect.
Yep.
Hey, Kana, please mute Michelle.
she
She
did.
forgot to do it.
That's fine.
All right.
Also insight check.
Yeah, go ahead. Natural one.
Oh my god!
Maddie, you never told us you have real ants.
The other ones are real ants, aren't they?
I
Well,
don't
yeah,
need to
but like.
tell you
it's
guys
not-
what. I don't think I'll ever see them again, but I don't want to talk to them.
Oh, I know. They seem pretty charming.
No, they're not.
They're right
You've gotten so
here.
big. You look so beautiful, Maddie.
I'm gonna try to leave. I'm just leaving. I don't want to talk to them.
Oh, okay.
Did I miss something?
I don't know, guys.
Are you her friends?
Aye, we're her friends.
Nice to
Yeah.
meet you.
Good
I'm
to meet
Reese.
you.
I'm Suzette. They both
Reese,
put their
Suzette,
hands out
good
to
to
you.
meet you. Good to meet you. Are you
Yeah.
bakers as well?
No, not at all.
Okay. What
I'm
is it
not-
you do?
What was that?
What is it that you do?
Oh, we're dancers.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
With a dance troupe or something.
Yes,
So
we do.
many
We do a
acrobatic
show every
moves.
once in a while.
That's really cool. I've met plenty of dancers going along. Is there any specific place you perform around here?
Yes. They. Oh gosh, I forgot the name of this place. Hold on. Notes. Oh gosh. There we go. It'd be the Angel's Touch, which is over in the Gold District.
Seems fitting. Seems like a fitting name. We might have to drop by there sometime. Didn't know you were local.
Yes, absolutely. Most of the family is.
Oh, alright. That makes sense. Well, that's really cool. It was a good meeting, yeah?
You as well.
Absolutely. I'm sorry for Maddie. She's had a rough day. We've lots of traveling to interesting places lately. We haven't been home much.
That's fine. Everybody has rough days.
Well, just good meeting, yeah. We should probably catch up to her, Dea, unless you have anything.
You as well. I didn't get your names.
Gail.
Gail, nice to meet you.
Dea.
Nice to meet you too.
Well, it was good meeting you. We'll come by sometime here soon. We'll bring Maddie with us.
That'd be just fine. But
Excellent.
still, we have to get on our way. Please, give Maddie our regards.
We will. Take care, friends.
You as well. And I will say, like, they're both kind of like Timmy and Tommy in this, where like they're swapping off who is talking, as they are twins, and they have to do the creepy twin thing.
Right.
Aye. It
Obviously.
only makes sense.
Yeah. And also, I'll
So we'll
pull
catch
a
up
picture
to
of them.
Maddie.
Okay, you can do so.
So, Maddie,
Yeah.
what did they do?
I don't want to talk about it.
Ah.
I don't trust them. Simple as
Ah.
that.
Oh. So, like, do they kill people?
No.
Oh. Do they steal?
No.
Are they smugglers?
No.
Alright. Do they have an animal fighting ring somewhere in the basement of the Angel's Touch?
Gail, if you think of anything adventurous or anything Adventure Guild related, none of those.
Oh. I got to admit, I'm a bit lost here. So they just lie a lot.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know why they're around that silver district. That's so weird.
Yeah, they
Do you
don't
think
say
they're-
anything.
Ah. God, I hope they're not visiting the bakery.
I got it! The spies.
For what?
No. For what?
I don't know, but you said they're good at lying. And I read a book once. In the book, the people who were dancers, they were also getting information and passing it along. They're spies.
I don't know about that, but okay, Gail.
Alright.
I don't think they're spies. They're just not very good people.
Is
Alright.
is the rest of your family in the Gold District?
Yes.
How big is your family?
Hmm.
Why don't I know this?
Because we never talked about them, or I have any need to.
You could have been living in the Gold District this whole time, not the Silver
No.
District.
No. Never in the Gold District.
Why not?
Why not? It seems like a really nice place.
They treat my dad pretty badly.
Oh.
Would you
so
like me
do
to
So we
stab
should
them?
kill them. Right. Okay. Got it. We'll get the rest of the crew. I know where they are. They're at the Angel's Touch. We'll just take out the whole place.
Do we have to visit them? I don't want any involvement with them.
But you said they're bad to Finn. We have to defend Finn's honor.
Defend his honor.
I'm not understanding any of this. Wait. We can settle this entire dispute. We can make sure nobody ever messes with them again.
Look, Finn is the only good dad on our entire team. We will.
I don't even
protect
know
him.
my dad. I got to defend one of them.
He's the only good and alive dad. I would kill for him.
Same.
Oh my god, you two. Look, whatever happened with them between Finn's family and I, that was pretty much 7 years ago, okay? I don't want to discuss
Alright.
it out in the open.
All right.
Alright.
But just know, say the word, and the whole place it's going down. Just saying. I don't need any more information. I already know where they are.
Well, I mean,
That's
for
their problem.
reference, technically I have 3 aunts from my dad's side, okay?
Oh. Where's the other one?
You mean her? Oh god. You and Jolene?
Aye. That's a new name. I'm writing that down.
I saw Jill
I gotta
and go,
correct this.
Jolene.
Isn't it Julianne?
I don't know, I just looked it up.
It's Julianne. It's called Julianning. It's Julianne.
I just looked up food names, don't blame me.
It's Jolene now.
It's Jolene now.
Jolene.
It's already
Jolene.
happened.
Jolene.
Please don't take my man.
Is Finn essentially Cinderella?
Could be.
Good. Technically, my dad is the middle child from his family.
All right. So where's Julianne at?
Probably in the Gold District. I don't care about her.
All right. Well, it should be easy to find. She's within walls. Makes her easy to find if we have to. You know, take her out.
Like, I don't know why you guys are so persistent on talking to them.
At the offer's there.
The offer is there. We have to.
There is nothing to fix against them at all.
Just-
okay?
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Until
I
Finn,
have
we need
many
to defend.
knives.
Aye.
You're
See?
not killing them, okay?
Well, technically,
I just
if you
name
hit them with a
all of
knife,
it.
you don't have to kill them. You could challenge them to open combat, just not to the death.
They're not combat, at all, Gale. They're rich folk, okay?
Well, they can choose a champion. It's a common thing. We'd still fucking destroy whoever they bring forth.
Oh my god.
Just saying. We didn't have issues like that in my home. Because if there ever was an issue, you just fight it out and call it a day. But there were rarely ever any issues. Everyone got along really well.
Look, if any of you guys run into them, don't trust them for the slightest.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
You
Okay.
got it. Problem solved.
Get back to the stage.
Anything else Maddie needs to do?
Nope.
Okay. Who's next?
I mean, if no one else is gonna go, I have a thing that I would like to do, perhaps, maybe.
Yes, Rosa.
I want Ro to get a sick tat, a new tat.
Okay. What of, out of curiosity?
A little watercolor possum curled up at the base of her neck, and I would like to put speak with animals.
Into the tattoo? Okay, so you're gonna have to head over to the Magic Inquisition then.
Yeah.
So heading on in, you see Ramses is inside of there, and sorry, Xerxes. I don't know where Ramses came from. Xerxes.
It was the curly mustache earlier. Ramsey. Jeff.
And he's gonna look at you and go, "Hey there. So, what can I do to help you out?"
Okay, here's my plan. So I have a possum. Love her.
Okay.
Perfect. I want a little watercolor sort of style possum back of my neck, but I want it to be speak with animals so I can talk to my perfect, fantastic possum.
Do you happen to have the possum nearby?
Bro has the
The pouch.
the pouch. It's like always. I always have that thing on me.
And do you just open the pouch?
This little pouch, little possum, sleeping because it's daytime.
Yeah, the small form of Pearl is brought out, very much asleep. And what's going to happen is Xerxes is going to kind of like carefully hold the possum. How quickly do possums mature?
I don't know. I don't
We'll
think
say
they
that
have...
as of now, Pearl is probably getting to about full grown now. So their pattern isn't going to change all that much. They might get a little bit bigger. So how many uses per day are you? Sorry, how many uses per day are you looking for? Out of curiosity.
I think did my other tattoo have 3 charges or 5 a day? I can't remember. I wrote it
I
down.
think it was
somewhere.
5.
5. I'll just do. I think I'll do 3.
3 uses per day.
Maturity for a possum is 6 months.
How much?
6 months.
6 months is
Oh,
mature
it's-
possum.
Okay, it's fully mature then.
But yeah, it's just the 3 because I don't see myself necessarily needing it more than 3 times a day. Maybe.
All right. Well, if that's the case, then pretty sure that we can get this done pretty easily. It'd be full cost $1,500, and that'd be about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Done and done.
All right. Well, get on over onto the table. We'll get the tattoo going. Bless you.
Right.
Wait, who sneezed?
Ghost. Holy shit.
Holy
I'm sorry, I
shit.
couldn't hold it. I was trying to actually.
I was sure that this place is haunted when I bought it, but I was never able to prove it, so I couldn't get a deal on it. But still, I am absolutely confident this place is haunted.
You know, I wouldn't put it past it. I think probably most of the buildings here, a little bit haunted.
It's always at the older buildings too.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how old our manor is, but it feels like it's haunted.
Oh
Just
man, if it's a manor, there's got to be like a hidden passage somewhere you guys haven't found. You need to look around that place because there's definitely a dead body in the walls.
Yeah, we have a map for that actually. So I have an activity for later, but there's definitely at least one ghoul. There's a ghoul in that house.
Yeah.
Maybe 1, maybe 2. Every house needs one.
But yeah, no, I can get this done pretty easily. You want watercolor style?
Yeah.
Okay, I can get that done.
Sick.
So Xerxes is gonna get started on the tattoo. That'll be like your first day-ish, before Maddie contacts you about the potion launcher.
Right.
You'll get this watercolor possum on your neck, sleeping, right?
Yeah, just curled up in a little
ball. Okay.
a little curled
So yeah,
tail.
you have a little watercolor form of Pearl on your neck.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to do?
I can check your list if you put anything in there.
You think I use the to-do list channel? It's
do you
all
want to
up
check it?
here.
You actually put one thing on there.
Take it sleazy, but that's what I'm doing.
Do you want to check the estate for hidden passages?
Please.
that is
Please.
a goal. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So you borrow Herod's unimaginable drawing from Mercy, and you start going around the estate looking for odd things. I'm just gonna have you make an investigation check.
Oh, good gravy.
Oh, you mean the person with a -2?
It's okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna roll a natural 20 anyway.
Should you get an advantage since you're using the map?
Do I get advantage?
Yeah, sure.
Because map. Okay,
Sure.
I'll roll the
I'll
two
give you
big
advantage.
boys. Okay.
That one's cocked.
That one is kind of cocked. Okay.
It's-
They're the same. 10.
-2,
10?
so 8.
8. You note nothing on the first floor and the second floor or anything like that. I mean, technically, you'd only be... Yeah. So you check the first floor. You don't really notice anything like hidden up in this section. You want to roll for the second floor as well.
No, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not using the same dice. Fuck those
You
dice.
want the liquid core?
No, I want my pink one.
It's a 10 total.
10 total.
Yeah,
So
she rolled a
again?
12. No, she rolled a 12.
On the second floor, no secret passages. Now down to
gotta
the
be-
basement.
There's a fucking ghoul here somewhere, and I'm gonna sniff it out. No, I'm not. I'm
What'd you
not
roll?
gonna sniff it out
7 is the highest.
on the die. So that's the
5.
That's a 5.
Yeah.
You are kind of looking around the basement, and you don't notice anything initially weird. You know, on the map, like there's one spot where like there's kind of like this odd like down low. It looks like it's supposed to be like next to a wall, but you don't know.
We'll find these ghouls one day. Yeah. Rolls a fucking 30 on
33.
alchemy check.
To be fair, if you told me Ro didn't know how to read a map, I would believe it.
I don't even know if she's ever had to. Honestly, she just follows the group. But yeah, Ro's gonna kind of just like squint at the map, look around the basement, and go, "I know you're fucking here somewhere," and then just go give the map back to Mercy.
Just say, "I know you're here somewhere," into the open air. Just roll an intimidation check.
One die. This is where she should do better.
She's doing a little better this time.
A 17 plus intimidation is a 9. So 17 plus 9.
26.
Intimidating as shit.
So, you say that into open air, and okay, hold on, wait, change the music.
Well, I don't like that. Well, I don't like
You
that.
say that into open. You say that into the open air, and it grows quiet for a second. And then from down low, one of the corners of the floor, you hear,
I do apologize. I did not realize you knew I was in here.
Huh? Whoa. What the fuck? Where the fuck are you? What are you doing?
it's like it's you're hearing it from behind a wall.
Open that! Open it! Come out here!
I
Now!
do not think I can open it.
But okay, and you kind of hear a and like part of the rock wall that is down here opens up, and poking their head out under the basement, you see this oddly familiar kind of canine like snout like face kind of poking its head out from a tunnel inside the floor.
It's our friend from Belmare. That's who my brain thought it was, but when you said canine snout, it got confirmed.
That would be Opodeldok, the ghoul you met. You met back in Belmare.
Fun fact? Don't think I was here for that.
Oh, goody.
I was very confused. I was like, who the fuck? I'm not the...
It's a friend.
It's a friend. Ro would know. Ro was there. I wasn't there.
Yeah, Ro was there. You weren't. Yeah, so you met a ghoul who was, eating corpses over in Belmare. And, well, the fellow was helpful and then said he was going to move over to the Sursane Cemetery. And he appears to have unintentionally stumbled into your basement.
This is fine. This is fine. I'm sure this is fine. Hold on a minute.
I did not mean to, yes.
Well, I was just gonna, no, continue on. I was just about to go get somebody,
I
make
did
sure
not
this was-
mean to stumble into your basement. I simply was traveling by and I recognized familiar scents. That is all.
I knew there was a fucking ghoul in this house somewhere. Okay. You know, I'm gonna ask. You can chill here.
Okay.
You're great.
I will not be staying in your basement. I have my own home. I was just traveling by and I did not expect to find you here.
And okay, all right. Well, I'm glad you weren't like a dead body in the walls, because that could have been really bad.
I avoid leaving dead bodies in walls, so you do not have to worry about that.
Oddly enough, a little bit comforting. I'll take it. You know what? Yeah, sure. Yeah, just I was gonna say close it when he leaves, but you can't. Oh, I can close it. Never mind. I'm a what? It's been a crazy time. Oh man, I'm not gonna dump my life story on you, but, anyway, yeah, feel free to bust through the wall whenever you want. Say hi. Everyone else seems to pop over, so.
In that case, I will keep that in mind and I will do as you say.
Cool. I'm gonna go upstairs, go to my room, and go to sleep. And forget about this. Because we have have a great one. And Rose.
Yeah, Opal Del Duck will kind of like twist his body back into the tight tunnel and then to start climbing away.
This is fine.
Where's my map?
Ro chucks the map at Mercy and doesn't even just like ghoul in the basement.
Is that slang for something?
Absolutely not. Completely literal.
Is it still there?
Nope.
I don't give a shit.
Handled it. Handled it like a champ.
Okay.
And then anything else that Ro's doing is just research into how to make possums immortal. Just
Okay.
unrelated to
you
anything.
You think Jill is joking?
I'm not. I don't think Jill's joking.
I'm not.
Okay. So what I would have you roll in that case is most likely going to be an investigation check.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I need to make a dice.
I will say, in fairness to you, in regards to this kind of research, it is additive. This is something that you work on for a very long time.
Yeah. Why are you opening Roll20? It's going to take 13 years to load.
Your stuff isn't filled in. You don't have your bullets listed.
Oh, it's on there. Well, we're not shooting anything right now, so it's
You're not
okay.
shooting anybody. Don't worry.
And it'll just drag my computer down trying to load it. Roll20 took 25 minutes to open a character sheet the other day.
Jesus
Okay,
balls.
so yeah, I'll roll a dice. I'm gonna re-roll that one, buddy.
It was a 1.
Is that a natural one?
That was a natural one. 18.
So
on the dice.
16.
18?
16. Yeah.
16 total.
So looking through the splendor of the sun, you notice a few things, because namely a lot of this book is actually just the process of theorizing and hypothesizing how one would begin to achieve immortality. And ultimately, there is no definitive answer in the book. No ritual, no formula left for you to simply use. Just many ideas that are hypothesized and proposed and put forward. You do note a few things in the book that are a bit odd, recurring symbols that appear in a few spots that seem odd to be present, but you can't exactly piece together why they would be present. But ultimately, you are beginning to work on your on research towards immortality and what it would require.
Just for Pearl. Maybe Marigold. I'm not really sure on Marigold's lifespan. We're gonna figure that out. That's the next
Marigold's
step.
magical. You're fine.
Yeah. Just making sure.
But you also would realize that this immortality would likely work for most creatures So you don't think it would be just a possum thing? It'd be an anybody thing.
I have possum priorities. They take precedent over everyone else.
Okay.
I care not for the lives of my friends. That's a joke. But
Gale is getting gray around the muzzle, and you just go, "Hold on, I need to give my possum its immortality tincture."
Well, Gale would be the last one.
literally,
You're
Beyond
right. Literally the
Dea.
last.
It's true.
Okay.
And Haru.
So that was the other thing you wanted to do, basically.
Yep. Ooh,
Okay.
that's it.
Anybody else? Michelle.
I want to buy spell paper and copy the spell into my book. The static cloak, sciatic cloak.
Cicatic.
You never gave me, or you did. I don't
I did.
remember. I need the spell thing, but I want to copy that.
It was in our DMs.
Is it? Okay, I'll look for it. I don't remember what spell level it was. 2. Okay, so I just need $100, 100 gold pieces worth.
Yep.
And also, I need to buy a. Hold on, I have this open. I need to buy a portal carved from ivory, a small piece of polished marble, and a tiny silver spoon, each worth 5 gold pieces.
Those are all pretty easy to get. What are you using them for?
Those are for Magnificent Mansion.
Ah, yes, you can get all of those very simply.
And then also, I just want like. I want to get like gears for commune. But I'm trying to figure out how many is a time I use it. So I think for now I will get 150 gold pieces worth of gears for commune.
I will say the one good thing about gears is that they are expensive to machine and manufacture. So, for the most part, you're actually looking at maybe about 10 pounds of gears.
Okay.
So that's fine. But yeah, you'll have enough for how many uses you wanted?
6.
6 uses? Yeah, you have 6 uses of the commune spell. They're just like 10 pounds of gears.
Okay. And then, so hold on, I gotta do math. 150, 100, and then 25, 15.
Oh, help! I'm tired.
That's 265.
It happens.
Sorry, guys.
All good.
I gotta do math. So that's.
I mean, 50 plus 150 plus 100.
770. No, it's figuring how much I have to take out of my gold things, and then.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then I think the other thing was something that Dale wanted to do, and I would be helping, which is researching the dealer of 8.
Yeah.
It's like there isn't really.
Time.
Yeah, spending some time to do research.
Book buddies. I do also, if we're going to go do that, I do also need to pick up, just to mention it, the dagger that a while ago I set
You got made into a rapier.
Get made into a rapier, and
Yep.
Dea forgot to pick it up before we got to Elysium. So.
So, Michelle, other than that, is there anything else you need to do?
No.
Okay.
No.
So.
But I do have a question about that. Sorry.
Yes.
Before we go to the library, would there have been anything about the dealer of 8 in the notes that I had from the Rosenfield's library?
Investigation check.
Okay.
With advantage because you're a scholar.
Correct. Okay. Why am I rolling? I'm like, I have dice. Okay. So 14 and 9. So 14 plus 10. So 24 for that. Nah, it's a mood.
Forgive me.
It's a mood.
Looking through all the notes and information from the Rosenvales, a majority of the information that they have in their possession happens to be regarding fiendish influences and other pacts created by creatures. Nowhere in any of these these books has the dealer of 8 been mentioned. You see no mention about individuals holding pacts with them, holding deals with them, anything of the sort.
Okay. All right. So if that's not, then yeah, we'll go to the library and do that.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I'll get back to that in a second. Jess, do you want to go, or Becca, do you want to go?
I don't really need the much. I had the idea for a little like pet play date with Ro, but that doesn't have to happen now.
Okay.
It totally happened now.
Nah, we'll say. But I just need to pick up the rapier and get that back because I don't think anything changed. It's already paid for.
It is.
And I don't think anything changes about it except the damage.
It becomes a rapier. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, Jess. Is Jill wrangling a cat?
I will say, when we get to the research, Dea's probably figuring it's not the dealer weight isn't like a god or anything like that, so that's sort of guiding her research. She's looking more for like records of like historical figures or powerful magic users, you know.
Okay. Okay, so
Especially
you're
not
gonna look
related.
for more for historical figures than religious. Okay,
Yeah, like
I get what you're saying. Jess.
I've been putting off being noticed for a while, to be honest with you.
Is it something is it something like big you want to do?
No, I have a couple things, but let's go with the easier one that won't be as stressful first.
Oh.
Okay.
Let's go with I need to find how to speed read.
Oh, okay. So you make your way over towards Asagio's oddities. We'll say with Dea, because Dea also does have to pick up her rapier. You guys both make your way into Asagio's oddities, and today you see that Cog and Asagio do appear to be present in the store.
Hey, you're back.
Yes, I am.
How's the sky being broken?
Oh, fuck all. I have found fuck all, no information at all, just a lot of conjecture and theories, and there's nothing. It's a waste of time.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been hearing the consensus of.
Any ideas that are out there are simply guesses. There's no real idea of what's occurred. Nobody's heard anything from any higher being or dangerous creature. There haven't been any prophecies or what have you. It's simply just there's nothing. But I am tired of trying to figure out what is occurring while talking with a bunch of other stuffy scholars and wizards who think they know better. It's just getting annoying.
I mean, if it helps any, it also looks like this on Elysium.
Good. It's happening in other planes. Well, good to hear. So, what can I help you all with?
She's here to pick up something.
need that sword I made you make for me.
You already paid, correct?
Yes.
Right, it's all yours. Cog, can you go get that rapier? And Cog will come out with the force rapier, which basically is kind of been retrofitted. That way, the blade material is like longer and pointy for like a rapier's stabbing blade. The handle itself didn't have to change much. It just has a basket hilt now. That way, it can also guard your hand. So basically, just change the weapon damage. The sneak attack, the charging effect, that's the same. It's the same damage die, it's the same everything.
It's magical, right? Because it's mithril.
It is classified as magical, yes. It is not actually a magical weapon, but it is considered magical.
Okay.
So, anything I can assist you two with?
I need something. And
What
it's
would
kind of weird. So Mercer's going to set down the book bag of holding and go, so you made
Yes.
this for me a little bit ago.
Yes.
I've made a mistake and I filled it up way too much and I'm too slow for Rita.
All right.
And I need to know enough about what's in these books so I know which way I need to investigate further. I need something to make me be able to read faster.
Oh. Right. Well, I'm sure that there are mages out there who have mastered chronomancy who could help you stop time and give you all the time in the world you would need.
I should not have that power.
I don't think anybody should, but still, I do not have such an object. But I believe your boss could help me get a hold of something that could help.
I'm not really allowed to go see him right now because I may have thrown him under the.
That's fine. I can reach out to him.
Okay.
But I can have an object imported that could help with this, and we can go from there.
Okay.
The cost is. Well, let's just call it at 1,500 gold, as I genuinely do not know the exact price of these things.
I don't have that much money.
Oh.
You can. I will say.
I love so
out of character. I will say out of character. You can pay half and then take money from Ro or something like that.
Or the party fund.
Or the party funds. Either way.
I'm so broke. I have 1,000 gold.
Even broker.
Well, I've been buying the party potions.
Daya's right here.
I don't want to ask Daya. It makes Mercy feel guilty. It's something I've given to my character by accident.
What was
How
Daya
much
saying?
does it cost again?
1,500.
Mercy's counting in her bag as this is happening.
It's like when the total's like $10 and you look at somebody and they've got like 4 quarters and like a nickel in their hands and they're like,
Except this time it's Mercy trying to count to see if she's got enough because she cannot keep track of it in her head.
like a
How much
handful.
does Mercy have?
1,053 gold. Again, I've been buying the potions for like the last
Okay.
4 adventures.
Dave's gonna sleight of hand palm Asajio 50 gold or 500 gold.
Oh, I also bought palm. No, I.
Okay, just roll sleight of hand then.
What the fuck? It's still 20, but what the fuck?
It's still 20.
My passive is a solid
not high
15.
Not high enough. You just kind of quickly like slide over the 500. Don't say anything.
He just kind of winks at Asajio.
Asaji just kind of nods quietly.
So how much do I need to hand him?
1,000 gold.
I'm about to be. I'm turning into Rudy.
53. I've never seen the number that low on mine.
I've not seen the number this
that's-
low on mine since the beginning of the campaign.
That's 2 digits you have there.
Look, what do you guys want me to do?
This feels a bit like
odd.
Jill rubbing something in your face.
That's so odd. I didn't know it
Look
went
at my
that low.
money.
That's weird.
The-
Anyway.
This
The
is the
5
payback
platinum you
for
have
that
is
fake
from
coin
Mercy.
that was glued to the ground.
That was just a single gold coin.
I'm gonna also sleight of hand after she pays. Dave's gonna also sleight of hand and give Mercy like 200 gold from the party fund.
Don't you dare, she'll kill you.
You
If
won't
she
know.
needs it,
Sleight of hand, Becca.
You won't know.
Natural 20. I declare it so.
She'll kill you.
11.
25. Mercy doesn't see it.
You don't know.
So, Jess, please add
I
200
guess you
gold to your
miscounted.
inventory.
Oh, how'd that happen?
I'll kill you.
I don't know what it
You're
was.
gonna-
I have the sudden urge to kill you.
Actually, I should hold off on the wanting to kill for that because she may want to kill me later.
But I can get a hold of this. I'm sure I will have somebody send a message over to you to tell you that the object's arrived. Out of character, it's going to take about a week. And that'll be there.
Okay. We're still probably gonna be here.
Yes, I know. I hear birds.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's so hot in
okay.
this room. We have to keep it open.
Oh, okay.
I
I was
literally
confused
like,
for a second. I was like, birds?
I was like, I'm gonna open the window, but the last time we had the window open, we got yelled at because the birds were too loud.
Oh, no, I just thought it was funny.
My character sheet.
They weren't this loud when the window was closed. Like, literally, there were no bird
I
sounds
need to
that I
refresh
could hear.
They want to enter.
They're like, dude, I play a fucking rogue, let me in.
No, the birds.
No. Okay, that's typecasting, first of all.
They're literally singing at us.
And
God. I'm so sorry, guys. I keep yawning.
You're good.
I'm so sorry.
What I love is you can see
Um,
our green light up every time with it.
So,
Mhm.
you basically paid the entire amount for the object. What else do you want to do, Jess?
This is the one I'm scared to do.
I'm going to say, remember, guys, there are no hard feelings as to what is being said. It
Yeah.
is in-game.
Absolutely. And I would like to
Is that what I
specifically
think?
remind this
Yes,
to
it
Jolly.
is.
This is entirely in-game.
Okay.
So, Mosa's gonna find Maddie when she is alone, and there's no one around, because she doesn't want to get fucking murdered.
The birds?
You can do so.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna assume it's probably in the kitchen.
Assuming so, yes. Or she would probably be outside with the sheets. I don't know yet.
You're gonna handle the birds. How do you handle birds?
Shoot them.
Get
She
a
doesn't have
firecracker,
headphones
you
on.
know.
They can't hear you say that.
shut up! Birds are stupid!
I don't think it works.
I love my best friend.
Jill versus the birds.
The birds work for the bourgeoisie, Jill. Do it for the working class.
Bourgeoisie.
I don't. Shut up!
I'm a bad person.
Sticking out of the window.
Cleo's in here, by the way.
I want to point out, at least she isn't listening to an inanimate object.
Yeah, that's
Man
fair.
yells at class.
But anyways, Mercy's gonna find Maddie, and she's gonna kind of quickly glance around and make sure they're alone. What's up, Madeline?
Yeah, Mercy, I'm busy right now. What is
That's
it?
fine. This will only take a moment.
Okay. I get. So whatever she was doing, she just kind of completely stops it. So.
Mercy's got a look on her face that you don't know if you've seen before. Because I don't think you've actually seen Mercy look angry.
I don't know. Maybe I have, but I can't remember. I can't recall. So,
Wanted to do this before, shit hit the fan, but felt wrong to do this when you were dying. Something about strong moral code or whatever. Anyways, look, I get it. You fucking hate my guts. It's hard to miss. And I've had people hate me before. A lot, actually. We had to kick quite a few people out of the wolves for being fucking bastards towards a kid. Which, wild. But never had to put up for it for long. And let me say, I don't like how you treat me. I can't do anything without you being a catty bitch. To my face. You don't even hide it. And, just here on, I'm kind of done. Entirely. So, I don't want to interact with you any more than I have to in a team capacity. To the point of, I almost don't want you healing me anymore. Because you're gonna be a passive-aggressive bitch to me about it later. I'd rather die right now than owe you a debt. Because I get tired of being treated like this. So I'm done.
Sorry, I'm just thinking of what she would say into this. This is a lot of information.
You're good. Mercy had this prepared. She's been sitting on this for a little bit.
And the players are okay.
Oh yeah,
no, I'm sorry. It's just like
I channel my character. I can't control it.
Oh no, it's cool, dude. I do the same thing.
I can see you dancing in the camera in the background. Are you stress dancing?
I know it's in character, but when people yell, it makes me anxious. So I'm dancing it out.
Whenever I get anxious, I have to use the bathroom again.
I'm gonna do what our principal did at a high school graduation.
Mm-hmm.
And they told me drinking water would make it better.
Okay, I think I have an idea what you'd say. Well, I never thought I'd hurt you that way, and I do apologize with my attitude towards you. I don't think I'll fix whatever is between us. It's just sometimes you get on my nerves a lot.
I can't really fix that.
Yeah, and that's just you. So it's not like I can tell you. So, but I didn't think it would hurt you that way.
Maddie, look at me.
But
Look at me as a person. I lived in some pretty shitty places. So yeah, I have to pretend to have a pretty thick skin. I really don't. I actually, it's a bit of a crybaby for most of my life. Still am. Just have to pretend to not be. Between everything. I get hurt easily.
hate to admit, you just kind of remind me of myself in some way.
How so?
There's been some mentions today, and I don't want to go into detail, but I guess I was treated in a way of dirt, but I didn't want any of that, despite that they're family. No matter how many times you tell them you're a good person, they just won't listen. So, thinking about it, I don't want to be them.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Oh, Mercy, you don't know the half. I'm saying, look, no, go on.
I'll say the evil people in my family are like outright violently homicidal killers. It's pretty straightforward in your face. I don't understand more emotion-based manipulation.
Subtle.
Subtle's never been a word in her dictionary, no.
I guess one way to put it, kind of the reason why I treat you like this, sort of envious of you.
Sorry, I've had a shit life, and hearing someone's envious of that is weird. I don't understand, honestly.
I mean, you know more about anything of my mom's background, so it's
That's
almost
dumb.
like I barely know her.
I mean, it's mostly dumb luck.
There's the thing, I don't have any gods or deities to follow.
I mean, you can always pick one.
It's not like I need to.
No, but it's not a matter of, oh, they're gonna give me power. It's a matter of, I know my relationship with Desna comes across as somebody I cling to as a person of strength. And it's very easy to see myself from other people's point as, I follow Desna because she's Desna. But I don't necessarily do it for that reason. I do it for what she represents. You could change out the god and make it whoever else. That's not why I follow her. I strongly believe in the tenets I was given. I was kind of raised with a moral backbone, as weird as that sounds. Sometimes I lose track of it. It gets thrown out the window sometimes. But for the most part, I don't really support on her as a god because I need a god. I follow her because she represents what I need. There was a reason why Saranray was almost who I went to. Redemption. I went because Desna was the one who answered.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you want to talk to me about other than ignoring me?
I mean, I'm probably gonna ignore you, but I'm kind of forgetful. I'll probably still annoy you. Can't really control that one. It's my personality.
Yeah, that's kind of why it bothers me. You kind of just pick on me at the
Oh,
worst times.
Oh, that's a stress coping mechanism. I apologize about that one. That was a horrible thing taught to me as a
You
child,
don't
and I've
think
not.
I get stressed out, Mercy? I get stressed out a lot.
Yeah, it's. My godfather's kind of fucked in the head, and I'm realizing this more and more as I get older. Especially the scorpion thing. But I learned a lot of bad habits from him, and one of them is making jokes at the wrong time because you're trying to lighten the tension. And, people used to laugh at his jokes. And I'm beginning to realize they weren't laughing because they thought it was funny or it was helping them de-stress. It's because he was their boss and he paid them, and they were doing it out of pity. But I've already learned the habit, and it's hard to break. I've been trying.
Mm-hmm.
Making less. Not stopping, but making less.
Right.
Ask Ro, I used to be much worse.
No, I believe it.
I mean, it's kind of the path of becoming a better person. Every day's a new challenge.
Well, if there's nothing else you want to tell me or talk about, I'll just get back to the kitchen.
Yeah, you have fun. Maybe one day you won't hate me. But for right now, I don't. No. And Mercy's gonna walk into the woods.
Okay. Mercy, you go and stride into the woods near the estate. What are you looking for?
I'm just gonna go lay in my clearing.
Okay.
Unless the sheep have taken it. Have the sheep taken my clearing?
No, the sheep have not taken your clearing because they're supposed to stay inside the estate grounds.
Okay.
So you go to lay in your clearing, and we'll get back to that in a bit.
I don't trust like that.
Cool. Dea and Erudite. You guys are trying to research information on the dealer of 8, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, what's your current plan? Go to the library and sustain, or what have you?
Pretty much. Library, Hall of Records, whatever.
Gotcha. So you guys start doing some searching in the various places of learning that are present in the town and the city sustain. I'll take investigation checks. Erudite, you have it with advantage because of scholar, your background. Dea, you can just roll normally.
That almost hit a 4, and I was like, eh.
It's a 30 though.
But that's a 30.
You did better than me. I rolled a 22 total.
22 total. Well, I'm going to give you both information because your guys are looking for different information.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, Erudite, looking through the various books that you have in the library, even using some of Mercy's books that she has on religious figures, you guys you can find nothing on any religious figure, any magical figure, any arcane, planar. There's no mention of dealers of 8 anywhere. It does not exist. Dea, you are actually delving more into historical figures to see if there are any mentions of individuals throughout history who have held that title or are associated with the number 8. And there are various people who are associated with the number 8 or dealing things, but that exact phrase, the dealer of 8, like it is a title, that does not appear. And you guys can both say this with confidence with your rolls. Here, in this library, which holds a very large amount of information, there is no mention of it whatsoever. It does not exist.
Hey. This probably isn't it, but how many siblings does Mercy have again?
Jessica?
Does she have 7 or 6? Are there 7 total children or 8 total children?
Me and my siblings?
Yeah.
There's 8 of us, homie. I've been keeping that one by myself.
Fear.
Yeah. It's possible that someone in Precretia has that title. Probably not, but nothing interesting.
Yeah, sorry.
You are so quiet. Why are you so quiet?
Because of that. I was mic was off. I was gonna say Precretion information is quite difficult to find.
You don't say. Talking through the Precretion.
Unfortunately.
It might not be Precretia. It could be. Gale's from Ekes. It could be an Ekes. Could be something in Vermune. There's a lot of people there who are bastards and not bastards.
But I would think that somewhere like Vermune or Ehes would be easier to find than Precretia, which is in the midst of a war.
We are planning on heading to Cronona. There might be... maybe?
I was thinking I could ask a Mazin. Unfortunately, the only way I can talk to a Mazin is with my commune spell, and that only works on stuff in the next 7 days, so it really wouldn't be useful, unfortunately. I could try contact other plane.
You could try. Listen, when I asked Aristil if he knew about the dealer of 8, he was adamant that he'd never heard of it ever whatsoever. He's pretty fucking old.
Alright, well, maybe that's
So-
an avenue.
I don't know that it's necessarily a special creature. I think it's... although it came from elsewhere. But elsewhere could mean anything. Could mean another country. Or another world on the material plane. So we know that exists now.
I'm sure we'll run in if it was important enough to get a prophecy. I'm sure we'll run into it eventually.
I have a
It just-
theory or a thought. Perhaps we can ask someone from that group that we're gonna go see. If they're in
Probably.
Cremona, maybe they've heard something. I'm gonna try it.
Renana is a lot. It does have a lot of gamblers, right? It's like a giant casino island or whatever. I'm sure there's lots of casinos. And you know what casinos have? Dealers.
Dealers.
I'm gonna try it. The worst
8
thing
dealers.
Only 8 of them, though.
Only 8 of them.
The worst thing that happens is they don't know anything.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask.
Did we already ask them? Can't remember.
No, we have not.
And I don't think did we ask Hongaron? We asked
I was
him.
actually going to go there, so.
Yeah. That is also going to happen in the future, most likely next session.
Fuck, I forgot his name. See, this is why I write things down because I forget names.
Remy? No, not Remy. Remy
No.
is the nice dumb
Remy, Elric,
Elric.
Satoshi.
Satoshi!
guy.
I'm gonna ask Satoshi.
Okay. What do you say?
I'm gonna say, well, I think Satoshi, I think we're gonna head your way soon. However, I do have a question. Have you heard anything of the dealer of 8? That's it.
You ask that question and you get the response back fairly quickly. I certainly haven't heard anything of a dealer of 8. If you give me a few moments, I can pass the message along to some of my comrades and we can see if they know.
Okay.
And before a few minutes will pass, and then you'll get another message from me. The voice I don't know if you've heard their voice.
If it's
Megara.
once, yeah.
Yeah. The voice comes back and goes, "None of us have heard the name."
They haven't heard anything. Alright, well, that's good to know.
Now we know what we don't know.
Exactly.
I get something.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. It's better to like have an answer at least. All right. That's it.
So, okay. Quick Jace, quick question.
Yes.
What else does not Jace, does Gale need to do? Like, just as a brief oversight, like, what other things do you have on the list?
So, the only things that Gale needs to do is Gale needs to buy some sort of animal skull.
Okay.
Gale needs to find a way to mount it to the Azada body.
Okay.
And then Gale needs to find a way and somebody who could put an enchantment on the Azada head to make it randomly teleport about 3 hours before sunrise every day.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
So
What the fuck?
So Gale is redecorating parts of the greenhouse. And Gale had the idea of having the Azada skull every day, just not the skull, like the head, just because it's rock now.
Yeah.
Teleport somewhere randomly in the greenhouse about 3 hours before sunset every day.
To
This
be
is
fair,
kind
you
of,
could
like,
do that
ghoulish.
yourself with
That's
like
entirely
5
doable.
minutes of moving it.
Hey, Kana.
Yeah.
Hungaron knows how to do that. Mercy has a doll that does
Everyone knows
that.
exactly how to do that. So yeah, we'll deal with that next session when
Problem.
What
How
the fuck's
far
wrong
away
with
from
you?
the main house is the greenhouse? It might be caught in the forbidden spell.
Not it is far enough away that it will not get caught in it.
Alright.
There is yeah, I know. Random Gale ideas.
I love
Gale's
it.
like, we have these things, I'm gonna put them to use and do like weird shit with the
And we got
greenhouse. 'cause-
shamed for it.
We
Yeah.
get shamed for suggesting a rock garden.
Yeah, Gale's just gonna do it though. That's part of the problem. The other thing that Gale wants to do is just double check on putting a really big tree in the greenhouse.
So that is doable.
Mm-hmm.
You would find it significantly easier if you found. Actually, just roll me a knowledge arcana check. I'm not
Okay.
expecting a high roll from you, but like, you would have heard at least mention of stuff like this.
Oh, it's a 14 on the die, and then Arcana plus 0, so 14.
14? Okay. Your mother would have at least in passing mentioned things like tree tokens, which allow
Okay.
a giant tree to grow. So,
Good.
you know it's possible. It's hell of a lot easier if you find one of those.
Okay. So then that's the other thing, because Gale wants to get a tattoo, because his mom had a spell where she could teleport via trees.
Tree stride.
Gale's going to get a tree stride tattoo.
Interesting. Okay.
Gale
So,
may ask the party for help.
It's not
Because
tree
Gale can
stride
explain this.
based. We had this conversation
Oh,
yesterday.
that's right.
Oh, what is it?
No,
It's transport via plants.
that one.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. My mistake then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always think it's tree stride.
We had this conversation yesterday.
It's because
Listen.
tree stride sounds so much better than transport via plants.
Yeah.
It's got a better name. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely doable. There is one problem, and yeah, when you go to see Xerxes about this, talk about getting the tree stride, and immediately he brings up one big problem. I don't know that spell.
All right.
With that said, if you get me like a scroll or something like that, I can use it. But
All right.
a spell like that is you're gonna have to hunt down some pretty powerful druids to get that spell.
All right.
It's entirely doable, but one hell of a spell.
Absolutely.
You got a few options out there. You got like elves. Some of them have some pretty noticeable druids. Normally, I'd recommend like Lucretia, because they're big on the green faith over there. If you're
Right.
desperate, there's always the Feywild.
I don't know if I have to be desperate to go there, but
It's not a safe place, but it's certainly an option.
oh, I know. I've actually been
Yeah.
reading up on it.
Oh, good. Then you understand how tricky
Mhm.
some of those Fey can be.
Very.
Yeah. Be careful about taking things from them.
Aye.
But yeah, that'd be like your best bet.
All right. Well, I'll
I
look
just thought-
into it.
This is Connor speaking. I just thought of one other thing you definitely should get checked out.
Hmm.
Those chunks of weapon that you have.
Oh, I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, I only just thought of it.
Because I was gonna do it when we
was
went back
gonna
through
do
the
that.
shop, but yeah, but Sasha was gone.
Yeah,
So that's
he's back
yeah,
now.
that's what that fucked me up. Yeah. Thank you.
I will say
problem.
Rudy was gonna do that too. So like, if Gail's gonna go,
Oh,
we
okay.
can go too.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, yeah, we'll do that. Get that done.
Oh, yes.
You're muted.
You're muted.
You're muted.
I hit the button and it didn't go. Don't
Hold
forget
Michelle.
Shush. Don't
Hey!
forget the weird death flower that we have for Harvey.
Yeah, we gotta give that to Harvey. Thank you.
Those
Right.
two.
I've been
Is that
sitting
right?
on that one for a bit.
Totally forgot about that.
Don't
so
sit
yeah,
on
we can take.
flowers.
So we'll take those here when we go to Asashio
Let's-
as well.
Alright, we'll do that. But hey, I'll look for that scroll and we'll get that done.
Okay. Right. Well, once you get that stuff, I can do it no problem. Man, that's one hell of a spell. But yeah,
Mhm.
good luck. Good luck, bud.
Thank you. Thank you.
So. Really good. No, shit. Come on, you. There we go. So, you and Erudite head back over to Asagio, since he's now there, and you can finally get some things checked on. Harvey's over at one
Asagio.
counter. Asagio's over at the other. Yes, Mr. Fieldbook.
Alright, how's it going?
It's going
We
fairly
found-
well.
Good, good. We found something. And Gail's gonna just put the parts of the weapon on the counter.
Including the little random pieces of
Mm-hmm.
Like brass. Yeah,
yeah.
Alright.
bronze, I should say. I used the wrong word.
We
Well,
found this.
It's
Um,
magic, but
Asagio is going to kind of look over the items for a bit and go, like, he starts by casting the detect magic spell. Where did you find this?
Elysium.
Oh, very interesting.
Mm-hmm. If it helps any, it was in a giant crater.
Mm-hmm.
And clearly it exploded and went out into a bunch of different pieces. So I think it hit pretty hard.
I would say as well. And then he's gonna cast a different spell that you don't recognize, and his eyes will kind of flash, kind of that bronze color that his magic is, and then kind of like a sharper, shinier color version of it. Well, you certainly have found something very interesting.
All right.
Its name is Ardulo. It is a far spear.
What?
Far spear.
Far. Spear.
F-A-R. Far. Far spear.
Far spear. All right.
It, when it is fully formed, far spears are intended to have a ability to reach individuals significantly further than a normal weapon could. Hit them from far distances and deal damage. But this one's very interesting. It was initially made as a trophy, for lack of a better term, or a token of friendship. Great hero once a chaotic figure of his time was traveling through the lands of Elysium and had made allies there, and whereupon he was granted the Far Spear, which is an item that is produced in Elysium. He returned to the material plane, continued with his travels, and then went to the Feywilds, where he then, tricked a Fey, an Archfey, into granting his weapon a boon. And that became Ardulo.
He tricked an archfey.
Yes.
I like him already.
That's...
Well, he's long dead.
I consider like somebody who's dead.
Oh, indeed. With that said, I do not know where he is or where his weapon has come from, but this is his weapon.
Huh. Is it possible to put back together?
Yes and no. I could certainly put it back together, and you would have yourself a nice far spear, a lovely weapon, truly. Powerful, a great weapon, and excellent to have on your person. But to bring it back to its normal form, to what it used to be, as Ardulo,
we're going to the Feywild.
You would have to trick an Archfey. You would have to make them bless this weapon or grant power to the weapon, much like its previous owner did.
Give me a tuning fork.
You can find that.
Does the weapon need to be together before we do that, or do they need to put the weapon back together?
If you get them to put the weapon back together, it would be the best result.
Good.
I can certainly reassemble it and then have you do it, but it would not be as powerful as it could be. But if you tricked an Archfey into putting this back together and then imbuing it with power, that would restore him to its normal form. And there was intelligence to this weapon.
I can see Gale's face. And Gale is just right. Gale is not like hiding his want to go there. No.
nor Jess and Jill.
You know,
Okay, Gale, we need
funny
to...
enough, I've been reading books on the Feywild. I completed one. I have some ideas.
We need to find a tuning fork, Gale.
Aye. Should we go do the thing that we did before that we're not supposed to talk about that we did to find another one of the
I
things
don't
that we're not
think we
supposed
would
to talk
have
about?
that there. But I can
Why
do
not?
some because we took everything.
Well, no, a different one. No, we can't go back to the same one. We go back to a different one.
We'd have to go to another country for that. I mean, we can. We might be
Sorry,
able to find it-
this is Connor interrupting because I gotta say this. I love the idea that Aterius went, fuck! Someone took our tuning fork! Get another one, put it back in the same vault, come on!
But to a different place, though. But to a different place. No, we can. There might be other ways to get a tuning fork to the Feywild. We can look into that. I actually have no issues looking into that. I mean, I think Haru can do that now, so I can't. I decided to do something else, but we can talk to Haru. But we can figure that out. Also, Harvey,
Yes.
we have well, not a present. We'd like to sell you something.
Oh, yes. What would that be?
Pulls out Deathflower. Gale has it, so Gale pulls out.
Aye. This.
It's not touched, so we're like, I don't know if you should touch it, but it's from Elysium.
Harvey is going to roll a very quick check to see if he recognizes this. Oh, yes, he recognizes this. Well, I certainly wouldn't say no to something like that, but it's hardly useful in my hands. That, right there, is called an Ateridir flower.
A Ateridir. Got it.
Ateridir.
Yeah, I was reading
And
this in leaders.
that right there, a Ateridir.
You beat us to it! We literally.
That's what I am.
That's literally my job!
Damn. Damn it!
It's like, oh, like Gale.
Why does everybody here think the same way?
It's because it's when you're all around the same people all the time. It happens,
It's-
man.
And just think,
So-
you're gonna let the four of us go to a Ren fair alone.
Oh no.
Right.
So, it's more or less a cleric's best friend. It's you can use an Ateridir flower as a stand-in for a spell to raise the dead.
That's good.
Out of character,
Cool.
Out of character, it is valued at 500 gold and can be used as a component in lieu of the diamond in the spell Raise Dead.
We are keeping that.
We have a greenhouse.
We can.
There's the problem. These are extremely rare flowers because they can't be cultivated.
But
Shit.
it's good to have.
It's a bit
Really?
like
Aye.
it's a bit like those nuts that grow in the southern environments. You can't cultivate those. They don't work that well.
Oh.
They're
Right.
like, was it Brazil nuts, something like that?
Right. Aye.
But
It's a weird
we can-
place, Brazil.
Yes.
Been there once.
Someone runs in, casts Modify Memory on everybody. What was that?
The problem is, the only other names for it are also locations or a very
Yes.
racist slur.
Yes, that too.
Fantasy Brazil nut.
Brazil exists now.
Fixed it.
No,
They are.
that man ran in and cast Modify Memory on everybody. We don't remember that happening.
Yeah, a pale, curly-haired man runs in.
Shut up!
None of that.
They're-
None of that.
With glasses.
They're Valcrest nuts. How about that? Valcrest. I was just looking for somewhere south of here.
I know.
So, right. Good to know.
That's
Okay,
thank you,
then.
Harvey.
Because,
Well, actually,
Look, I'm passing it back to you because there's nothing I can do with it.
right.
It's as simple
Right.
as that. Even on my best day, I couldn't do much of anything with that flower to make it actually do what you need it to. I don't know clerical magic. I'm an alchemist. Simple as that.
me too. So
That's fair.
that's good. Thank you for identifying it for us.
Thank you.
You
Not a
can do
problem.
anything for it. We appreciate it. I think that's it. Unless you have anything else, Gail.
No, not really. got some priorities. Got things we got to do.
We should start looking into going into the Feywild, I guess.
Right. I think we got one or two things we got to deal with, like, close to immediate. But once we get those done, because I got to get a spell scroll from the Feywild as well. The plant transportation. It's something druids can do. I don't know the name of it. Plantsportation.
Oh, I don't really know druidic magic.
If you know a tree, you can step into a tree and go to any other tree as long as you know the tree.
Really?
My mum knew it. That's how my mum got around sometimes.
Druidic other kinds of magic that I find that all very fascinating. It's very neat.
It's cool.
I like that.
It's a good. If I have plans, we're not going to say them out loud because I don't want anybody else to get in trouble. But
I will say, I can teleport us now.
That's good.
I finally learned how to teleport us. I also learned something else that I will show you when the time comes. It's going to be very cool. Right now, we don't need it.
Does it involve fire?
No, actually, for once, it does not.
That's surprising. That's good.
I know.
By the way,
yes.
You should pass us along to your tiefling friend. Avro was able to get a hold of a set of them.
Oh, a set of what?
She was asking for gloves. Something to help her read faster. And, we managed to get a hold of them.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, I'll let her know. Thank you.
Right. Thank you.
She waves.
Head back to the estate.
Yeah, and he'll hand you the box with the gloves in them.
All right.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Gail goes into the house, slams the box down. All right. Real quick. Updates to everyone.
Hold on.
We're waiting on that.
Actually, do you guys want to keep going to 8 o'clock?
We got a few more minutes. It's already 7:45.
Yeah. Okay. Keep going then.
All right. Mercy, her gloves. Second, I have a request. Because I have an idea. We need a tree in the greenhouse. Of course, hear me out. If something happens and the mansion gets overrun, I know a spell that can get us really far away and safe. If we put a tree, I can get one of those tattoos that can get us through the tree and to another tree.
Also,
really
Gail,
fast.
Mercy's not here.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
But we'll tell Mercy when she gets back.
Okay.
This for the rest of you. That's what. But I'm gonna need a little bit to help because the tattoos are really expensive. Also, we need to go to the Feywild because if I got to get the spell scroll to
to
do it.
come from the Feywild?
Well, here's the other thing. We have to try and meet an archfey and trick them into breathing life back into the spear.
Okay, I will point out.
Hold on, Becca. What are you saying, Jill?
Huh?
Oh, Jill's just.
I'm helping.
Okay.
I'm just.
Okay, I'm just saying. I'm seeing Jill.
No, it's basically I'm just because I'm excited about the
Got it.
Feywild. Ro is
Got
like
it.
not a fucking another plane. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
in that case, I apologize. Becca, continue.
Yeah, she's like, I will point out, it sounds kind of druidic of a spell, and I think we are heading towards Pucretia soon. That seems to be at least Cronona, but like in the southern part of Pucretia, I know the Green Faith is pretty solid. Let's say, they might also be able to help you get the spell scroll, and it's on the way. Like,
Alright.
Feywild could be fun, but we might be able to get it sooner and less dangerously.
Aye, we could. But here's the thing. The spear, the pieces,
Yes.
it's a fire spear known as a dulo. That's really hard to say for me in common, I'm sorry. It was a spear that belonged to an adventurer that went to Elysium, got the spear made, and then went to the Feywild and tricked an archfey into giving it a boon so it had intelligence and could do other stuff.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
if it was a smart spear, that might help me figure out who to throw it at in combat.
We will need a tuning fork, and I don't think we're going to be going on any heists again soon.
I
You
mean,
say that, but we could.
we could still go to the Feywild for the spear. That, I mean, the Green Faith can't help with that, but for the
They might.
transport.
That's
Might be able to get us there.
You could ask, yeah.
My mum could go there.
I haven't talked to the Green Faith since I was probably a preteen, so I don't know what they know really.
If anybody wants to roll a knowledge arcana check, you can.
I will.
On the Feywild?
Not on the Green
or-
Faith, but on the Feywild.
Can I have it do that with advantage since I've read the the Green Faith, not the Green Faith, the Feywild book?
Yeah.
Oh, also,
I'll give it a
I think
shot.
I also read that book, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh!
Was it
16.
Arcana?
16? Yes, this is Arcana.
I mean, I rolled a 21 total.
I'm
I-
not really high.
16.
Just Gale's trying to rack his brain for stuff.
I have ability avatar.
Fuck my... Jesus Christ.
Hey, I figure I
Alright.
probably researched quite a bit for Plane Shift.
You guys watch Haru's
fair.
eyes just kind of glow this iridescent color. I know the answer.
I know Kung Fu.
Yes. So, tuning forks are definitely a possibility, but there's one big plus about the Feywild and another plane that you really don't want to go to, the Shadowfell. They are essentially sister planes to the material plane, meaning in the metaphysics of the universe, they are closer than other planes. They overlap into the prime material plane a hell of a lot more, meaning you feasibly could find a portal leading from the prime material plane here in the prime material plane to the Feywild without ever finding a tuning fork.
I don't know if like which lore for Kitsune you use, but in some of them they do have Fey origins.
In this world, yes, the Kitsune do have Fey origins, just like Firbolgs and Satyrs and other creatures like that. You, at one point, yes, you were in the Feywild and you left the Feywild.
I mean, I think it's a fair assumption that if there's going to be a connection to the material plane, it's probably going to be in Precretia, where like the faith is practiced a lot. That's our
There
best.
could have been one in that case as well.
Yeah, it's like.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Based
Gale
off
is
of what-
from.
Okay,
Aye.
so
I'm so
So
sorry,
again-
Gail.
Could be.
Michelle
No, that's
forgot.
alright.
Michelle forgot, not Ruth.
so
Rudy has
Har
keen
would,
memory.
Har would say, actually, several races, Firbolgs and Kitsune included, originally hail from the Feywilds. It is much closer to this plane than most others, so we might feasibly not need a tuning fork if we simply find a place within the material plane where this barrier is much thinner.
Well, if you say Kitsune and Firbolg, my mind thinks Segoye and a hiss are two possibilities.
Could.
Be where they're from, so
We could go on a long hike.
I mean, I think that's what we're gonna be doing. So
We could circle back after we.
Oh,
I can also just teleport
Absolutely.
us. I mean, there's danger.
This
in that,
is-
but I can.
Never been there.
This is not an immediate thing. We're not trying to do this next. I just want that to be known. It's more as we're going along, because we got to do the thing for Ro. We have to meet the collector person, and we have to check out Lucretia, because those seem very important, and if we don't deal with those, things might go really bad. But not getting the spear, I can only assume that things won't go really bad if we don't fix this one particular spear. And if they do, then well, shit, we should have seen the sky cracking. Actually, hold on a fucking minute.
Yes.
The sky cracked.
Mm-hmm.
We found the spear.
You think it's that?
It's a far spear. What if it went really far and broke the sky? And that's why, because it was moving so fast and so with so much force, that it literally broke the sky and crashed and exploded.
The only thing I will say to that is that we found the sphere way before the sky cracked.
I was gonna ask.
I think 3 people were all ready to go, ah!
Right.
I don't remember well, but it's a good idea.
Time is not linear in my head. Sometimes I don't remember it.
Time is a flat
It's okay.
circle.
It happens.
It is. It happens all at the same time for me.
So let's hold this conversation for just a second. We're gonna pick this conversation up back next session, because
All right.
I'm gonna go to Mercy now.
Okay.
Mercy.
Okay.
I don't like this.
I have the shot.
Take it.
Mercy.
Yeah.
You lay down in your clearing and you let yourself rest. You close your eyes and you go to sleep.
I wasn't planning to, but okay. Mercy's scared now.
And as you do, you begin to dream.
That's
And
not
as
right.
you do, you see yourself standing in the estate, holding your sword with its sheath on in 2 hands like a cane, and beginning to tap dance. And as you want yourself tap dance, there is something wrong with you, but you can't put your finger on it. And you start to grow closer and closer to you tap dancing. And as you spin and move the sword like a cane and twist, suddenly the estate is no longer around you, and you're standing in this technicolor forest of pastels and bright colors and fantastic environments as you grow closer and closer to the version of you that's dancing. And then suddenly you're inside of a desert. Wide sandy dunes spreading out ahead of you. And then as your vision begins to grow closer, there's as an explosion occurs directly in front of you. As you grow closer and closer to you, and as you realize you are singing. And there is something wrong with how you look. But you hear the version of you dancing and tap dancing and singing as you hear them go.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? Putting on the Ritz.
And as you get close enough to fully see their face, you see that this Mercy has one eye that is completely missing and caves in further into their head. And as you see it go in further, you can see another vision of another Mercy dancing in the desert, and then you wake up.
Ma'am. I know I've had some weird dreams in the past. But what the fuck does that mean? Was that from you or was that from me?
And we'll be picking up next session, next Saturday, with the team planning their next course of action. Gale has a few more things that he's looking to do, and maybe you guys will find yourselves in the Feywild at some time in the future. But with that said, thank you everybody for being present for the stream. To the folks who are chat, we love having you here. To the folks who are lurking, We love having you guys here too. If you enjoy what we do, pass the word along. Tell your friends about what we do, and tell them when we stream. We stream on Tuesdays. It's generally a group stream. On Wednesdays, I do horror games. On Fridays, we do another group stream. Sometimes bigger, sometimes just Monster of the Week. And then every Saturday, we're back here playing D&D, where my weird world just keeps getting weirder. But I'd like everybody to please say goodbye, stream.
Bye, stream.